What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. It's been a while. I've been trying to do videos. Sorry for the delay. I was supposed to be on about a half hour ago, but I had something to do. So always takes time before everybody goes. I go live. So let's get started with the shout outs like I always like to do. My man Erod 212 Express Comic Book Press and Services, guys. You will receive 10% off if you use the word code 10. You can find him on his Instagram at ExpressCBP. You can email him at expresscbp@yahoo.com, guys. And if you guys didn't know, he does have a website, expresscbp.com. He could submit your books to CGC, CBCS, both, either one, whatever you prefer for submissions available, cleaning and presses. Don't forget him, the cat has sent you. Don't forget to use the word code 10 to receive 10% off. Where else can you receive 10% off? Right here at the kikiswasa.com, guys. That's right. Excuse me. Type in the New York Warriors. You will receive 10% off. kikiswasa.com. You can buy some New York Warriors merchandise or Lord of the Long Box merchandise and 10% off on the website. Where else can you get 10% off? HallsOfHeroesCollectibles.com, guys. When you're about to check out, type in BLC646 at the end, and you'll receive 10% off. And what can I say about my man Spotty Power Tumblers, guys? What can I say? Come on, guys. If you're not sub to him, if you know somebody who's not sub to him, let's get him to that freaking 1K club. All right. Right now, we're just trying to get him to the next plateau, which is a 550. All right, guys. Let's try to do a push. If you know a guy does great work, we'd like to do giveaways. Check him out on his IG page, Spidey_Power_Tumblers. All right. You can find him on YouTube, Spidey Power Tumblers, man. He does videos, he does a lot of giveaways. Let's get him up there. And what else can I say? Also, Lost Eden Comics and Gaming. This is my local LCS. Great bunch of guys. Eddie and the guys do a lot of great work. You'll find them at cons, at shows and stuff, trying to get out there. His address is right there, 2557 Route 940, Pokemon Summit, PA. Located right next to the Blue Ridge Cable. That's right. They're right next door. Go check them out. And let's see who is on. That was me dropping the link. GT Key Comics. GT, man, you still there? Listen, how's the post office in Canada? Is that strike over? Are they delivering mail yet? What's the update? We got Who Dat Comics and Movies in the house. Says hello. What is going on? Who Dat? How you doing? LBC, I ripped a 55 Mark Spear blind bag. Not a single hit or foil. Oh well, really? Well, that's how those blind bag goes, man. I'm surprised you didn't get something. Usually you get at least one decent book or one something. Not Mark Spears blind bag. Are those the horror ones? This Mark Spears, I think there was a horror blind bag rips. I really don't really get into the blind bags because of the fact is first of all, you're trying to get a blind bag. Everybody wants one. Everybody outbids and each other and pay more from what it's really worth. Sometimes, it's a gamble. Let's see. GT Comics says the strike is over, but the delivery for basic mail is crazy slow. Well, with all the mail that's backed up, it's going to be slow for a little while until, to get rid of it. Especially Christmas is coming around the corner. The mail delivery, UPS, FedEx, Amazon, all of them, this is their busy season, starting from probably around this time with all the sales coming up, Black Friday and all that stuff, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So they got a lot of work to do, but at least the strike's over and get the mail going. I hope they got a great deal, the post office. I saw YouTube videos where LCS owners were weighing and sealing blind bags, keep the foils for themselves. Well, yeah, they know a lot of tricks. Again, the foil cover does weigh a little bit more than a regular book. Yeah, so it is what it is. I would recommend if you're buying a blind bag, my opinion would be is to buy it from somebody that they're not doing that they're there to sell all their blind bags, for you guys. That'd be my opinion. Again, there's people out there that just do stuff like that to try to keep the good stuff. It is what it is. Unless option two, if you're at a Connaught show and they have blind bags and you get to pick your bag yourself, and try to see try to pick the heavier one out of the bag or something like that. I mean, physically, I mean that's the only option. But it is what it is. It's a gamble buying a blind bag. It's a blind bag. You're paying out of each other for the bag. So I listen. It is what it is. Or you could just wait until somebody puts the book that you're looking for on eBay that's selling it. You could just buy the book outright, and hopefully, you get the book. Let me see. GT Comics also says even worse. Blows Canada Post no longer shipped to the U.S. Reduce USA reduced rates because of the tariff. So I am a small eBay seller screwed. I have to ship to the US with UPS. It's expensive. Well, welcome to America's side where we try to ship to Canada and the Canadian price to ship to Canada was way expensive. That's why a lot of times we couldn't even ship to Canada. You guys had the better end of it. Shipping to us, it was a lot cheaper. Yeah, it sucks either way. I would love to ship everywhere to Canada, overseas, everywhere, South America, whatever, for a decent price. I would think that would benefit everybody all over the world if it was affordable for people shipping stuff to the US, people from the US shipping over there. If it was just a regular price that people had to pay, I think more business would be benefit for everybody. But we're not in charge of the politicians and the rules they make, and they pretty much everything is money to them, and we end up holding the bill. Because of the tariff, a shipping label to the U.S. cost me $18. You have to pay for a shipping label. You have to pay for a shipping label, or it's like so just to ship something, just you got to pay $18 just for the label, and then on top of that to send over. Well, I mean, for us, I don't think we have to pay for a shipping label. It's just we get the cost of just what we ship to Canada, which is a lot. It is a lot. I know the politicians screw smaller guys first. They always do. They always do. Anytime the politicians are looking to solve a problem where they need money, they hit the taxpayers. That's their resolution for everything. What's up? Who that?
Hello. How you doing?
Not bad. Yeah, I'm talking to GT Comics. We're talking about the strike that's over, and he just hit me with some news saying now Canadians trying to ship to the US have to pay more because of the tariff. And I told him, welcome to our world where we would ship it to Canada and it costs us an arm and a leg.
Yeah, the funny thing is it'll cost us an arm and a leg to ship to Canada, and sometimes it still charge them extra money to get it.
Really?
So yeah. So like it's crazy. Like I got to ship something to Bleecker, and they might charge him more, and I'm still going to be paying like $45 to ship the stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's like
if you pay the shipping costs already, why is it the receiver of the package have to pay more for getting their package? It's already being paid for. That to make no sense.
Yeah, so it's
crap. I mean,
yeah, it's very weird, and our shipping has gone up. I would say since COVID, every year, twice a year. Yeah, so it's starting to add up because if you don't go through a third party, which you save some money, but it's not like you're saving a ton of money.
Yeah,
you go through a third party. Yeah, you'll save a little money, but if you don't, say you don't ship, like because me and BLC, we don't ship a lot. We actually could not. we actually could just use regular post office because it's not like we ship hundreds of packages a month.
Right.
But we would be charging $20+ for shipping because that's how much it would cost to ship one slab.
Yeah.
And people like it's getting higher and higher. Like I told people this like 5 years ago, because it was charging $15. I said, I don't know how long this $15 gonna last.
Yeah.
But then I went from 15 to 17. I stayed at 17 for a long time.
Yeah.
So
I remember it was like $12, $13, $14, and it just kept going up, creeping up, and it just kept going up. I'm like, wow. GT Comics says, yeah, I gotta buy UPS labels for $18. Then I can ship to USA. Do you believe this shit? So he has to use UPS. He's not even using the regular post office. He's going through UPS, and he has to pay $18 for a UPS shipping label. I have a UPS store here where I think if you guys got a UPS store there, you could just go to the store with your packages and then just pay there, so you don't have to pay the shipping label. I think that can bypass you paying for shipping labels. If you go to the store and then you pay it right there, and then they make the labels. Unless, like you said, if he's going to a third party, then he does it at home, and then he has to have the label because he's doing it. So it's a shitty thing. Yeah. I got to buy. Canada calls it a custom and duty fee. I get the package from the US, I pay for shipping, and I pay for Canadian customs and duty fee. So there you go. So that's what Bleak is gonna have to go to do. It's called a custom and duty fee, where I don't understand what the hell that extra money is for. What does that cost cover besides you getting the package? Like, where's that money going towards? Why are they collecting that money for? What? I don't know. Let me see. GT Comics says it doesn't work like that. The UPS store in Canada charges even more. I tried it already. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. GT Comics, did you try this? Did you try? You probably did. Open up a UPS account. All right. Open up a UPS account, and then when you go to the UPS store, tell them, listen, I want to put this under my account. And is that a way to save money that way?
Yeah, it's like having a post office account in the US. You think
right?
It should, yeah.
Because I have a UPS account, and I use that for CGC, where when I do my order and they ask me, how do you want us to ship your graded books back? And
you put it into your account, yeah.
I put my UPS account and I put my number down, and I get charged through my UPS account. And I pay my UPS account. So try that. I don't know. Did you try? Like I said, open up a UPS account, and see if if you go to the UPS store that way. But I haven't shipped. I don't ship anything UPS. I use a post office. But when I get my graded books back, I go through UPS. So
yeah, because they if you don't, they use FedEx.
Yeah. So that's a government thing. Again, the government is hitting you for a fee for what? I want to know what the custom duty free crap that they're saying.
Probably to pay the post office workers, because I heard they make a good amount of money already over there, and they're trying to get more money.
But he's already. This is the thing. It's an extra fee. Somebody's already paying the post office to get over there. Why are they collecting more money? They already making a payment on the package. I mean, again, what's the extra fee for? I mean, I
sure, it's not worth. Well, the other question I'd have, because he's pretty much saying it's not worth it. Because I know our buddy Comic Collector Geek and Matt Likes Comics, they have what's called stackeries. Would that work for somebody like you, GTK? Or because I don't know how much stuff you get from the States for comics, but I know they use that, and it benefits them because they, I don't know how much it is a month, and I don't know if they have to pay on top, but I'm not 100% how that stackery works, but I know they use stackeries it's a service in the states that you get all your stuff shipped there, and once you get, I guess, enough to fill up a box, they'll ask you if you're ready to ship, or if you have more, you can wait. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Before they ship everything. So say you bought like 5 things, but like 3 of them come this week, one comes next week, and then the other one comes out. You just be like, just wait till all your stuff come in and then ship it all to you. I know they use it. Alan uses it. Been using it. Matt just started using it. So I don't know um, if that would benefit you or anybody else in Canada, but I know it's a fee, so I don't know if it would be worth it. To me, you would have to be buying something at least every month, to
It says
make it worth it.
when you open up UPS shipping account in Canada, you have to register a tax number. That is serious and expensive. It is not worth it, and the shipping costs even more. It's not worth it. It says here, custom duty free is the government screwing small sellers. Now, here's another question. GT Comics, are you selling on eBay? Because I sold something on eBay, and again, I don't ship to Canada, and the shipping address was to Indiana, so I shipped it to Indiana. Found out that when I shipped it to Indiana, it actually went to eBay itself, and eBay took the package and then send it to Canada where the original owner was. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's something that you can look into, GT, if it's easier that way, to go through eBay to send it over here. Uh, you know, I
Yeah, yeah. I had 2 things recently got shipped like that, like you're talking about international. And Yeah, you see, you ship it to a location without whatever the location it is,
mhm,
and then they ship it to the next location.
yeah.
Uh, so I've done that like as well, and I haven't had an issue with that. Um, so hopefully, it stays smooth. But yeah, I like that way.
It says, I don't buy enough. I don't sell enough to cover monthly fees. It's just too expensive for me. I hear you. I hear you. I sell on eBay only. Well, uh, everybody knows when eBay started, you used to buy off eBay. And if you didn't buy anything from the item and you within your own state, you didn't have to pay tax. Back then, there was no tax whatsoever. So whatever you paid was for the item and for shipping, and there was no tax. And of course, government sees, hey, money flying around. They want a piece of the cake because you know how the government is. They no matter what's good for the people, they're always going to get their hands in, and they stick the
Mm-hmm.
tax in there, and then we all get hit with tax again. Anytime there's money flowing around, the government finds out, hey, something's going on here. We got to get involved. GT Comics says packing forward is expensive. As a Canadian recipient, I have paid for twice the shipping. Well, once again, GT, you're welcome to our world. The
Mm-hmm.
reason why we lots of times don't ship to Canada because it's mad expensive. I don't know why, but
It's crazy expensive. I like and that's the only reason I haven't shipped Bleecker stuff is just that it's so expensive that it's like I gotta make sure I have like pretty much. I usually do a $50 like thing into my little shipping device because that's how they do it. They don't do 25 or 10. They do 50, 100, and they go higher. So I was like, so I literally have to spend a whole what I would send probably 4 people in the states. I got to spend that amount on one person uh, to ship out, and I got to make sure I label it correctly to hopefully he doesn't get charged again
yeah.
because I got to label it as a gift.
Hmm.
I got to put the value a little lower than
Yeah,
what it really is.
exactly.
Um, and I think that affects the insurance because I don't think I could fully insure it because if I say the value is $50, they're not gonna let me insure it for 100. So it's kind of weird that but I'm and it's not fast either. That's the other thing.
No.
It's slow. it's very slow, which is even crazier because I've shipped, and you could probably agree with me. Like we shipped a lot of stuff in the United States, and we kind of figure out how fast stuff goes. I know from my location, if I'm shipping to California, well, if I'm shipping like California or New York, it fast. I'm talking about like it because they fly it, so it gets over there fast, and then it might take a day to get to the person. So it takes about 3 days, which is great for the post office. Uh, but if I'm shipping something relatively close or in my squat quadrant, it might take 3, 4, or 5 days. Who knows? And you're like, hold on, how you can get to New York in 2 days, and it'll take you like I sent something to Tony Sanders who's in Oklahoma, and it'll take 3 to 4 days, or longer, or longer. Most of the time it's longer. It's longer than 4 days.
Well, well, first let me ask GT a question about that Canadian fee thing, that custom and duty fee. Question one, custom and duty fee, is that something new they just started, or is that something old? That's my question on that. So again, like who that was saying, sometimes you ship something to California, gets in a couple of days, and you ship something local, and you're like, it takes forever. But again, it's local, meaning it has to go by car, has to go by truck, and it's mixed in with pretty much all the mail in that area state. So it probably mixed in with a lot. When you're shipping like to California, I mean, how many packages can it be that's going to California from your location? They just dump it in, take it to the main place. All right, this is going to California, throw all the California stuff and then just take off on a plane. I mean, when it's going shipping from here, they gotta like, oh, this is going to this town here, but this is going to this town. It has to go on this truck. So it have to like, to me that just takes a little longer. But yeah, it's horrible. Everything's going up. I just got an email saying that my electric rate's going up. My water rate already went up. It's just getting really, really bad for everybody. The times are, everything's just skyrocketing. It's out of control right now. It is.
It really is. Yeah.
And the government, they're focused on other shit that's not important. It's not important whatsoever. They're worried about this, and you're spending money left or right on other countries and this, that, not much here. They got all the immigrants coming here, illegal immigrants, blah, blah, blah. It's out of hand. It's out of hand.
Yeah. And what's crazy, like you said, all this stuff is going up. But the one thing they haven't addressed is the federal minimum wage, which really affects everything. Because federal minimum wage, last time it raised, it was like what, 20 plus years ago. I think it's still certain states, which includes my state, can legally pay somebody $7 and I think it's 25 cents an hour.
Wow.
Yes, $7. I think $7.25, might be $7.50, but it's in the $7 range. But certain states that are bigger states, they make their own minimum wage. They have a statement like. But the certain states, which includes mine, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, it's mainly a southern states, they don't do that. So it tends to affect everybody else's pay, but everything else is going up. Like you said, light bill going up, water bill going up, shipping is going up, shipping prices going up, gas prices, people, it's all changed. I mean, I remember I used to pay I remember paying under $50 for oil change. Now I better have over $100 for oil change.
Yeah.
And then if you want to do it yourself, guess what? You still gonna spend like $60-$70. So I might as well let somebody else do it.
I mean, that's if you have the jack and the equipment to do it and get other than if you have the time or garage. And he says here, customs and duty free has existed forever. Can't do nothing about it. If you don't pay it, the shipper keeps your package. What's up, Kenneth Bird? Hold on. Yeah. So listen, it sucks. I feel you, but like I said, welcome to our world. When it ships to Canada, now it's shipping to the US. It's out of hand. It is out of hand. I didn't know we could do it, man. The government just sucks, you know. And listen, for all you people that vote out there, oh, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat. Listen, whatever happened to let's vote for the person who we think should be in charge, regardless if he's a Democrat or Republican. You know what I'm saying? Stop with this party shit. You know, vote for the person that you think is going to do a good job, regardless if he's a Republican or Democratic, you know. And Trump, stop crying that Democrats, you know, block me and they do this and everything. You make alienate yourself. All right. You know,
We gotta be smart and just come together and realize a lot of things. But one thing people can't argue, and it's a fact. All you just go to the store is that prices have gone up. Everything,
mm-hmm.
everything has gone up, and there's no relief. And to me, the simplest relief. That's why I said about the pay thing. The simplest relief is just increase people's pay. But they'll say, "Oh, things are going to go up," and you're like, "They're already high."
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah. They're already high. I can't. Me and BLC go to McDonald's and be like, "We want a meal from McDonald's. We're going to spend $40 to $50 on a McDonald's meal."
Yeah.
Not on a restaurant, which is crazy because you go to restaurants now, you can spend less money at a restaurant.
Yep.
Which I don't understand that part. Like, if we can go pick a restaurant and we both can and be in different areas. Like, he'll find out when he comes to New Orleans, and we'll be like, it's going to be cheaper to go to a restaurant than to buy food at the convention. And you're going to be full. You're going to be full, and you might have extra.
And it'll be a better choice of meals
and a better experience. All this stuff. What's up? 3M.
We put the wages up here. The employers are looking to automatic work and cutting jobs. Yeah, we got series.
They cutting jobs without even already.
So workers are earning more than the newly qualified nurses. Wow. And they have to have university degrees to pay as well. That's not right. Wow.
Oh wow. That's different here. If you got a nursing degree, you making some money.
You are making some serious money.
And then it depends on what type of field in the nurse you want to make. It depends on how much you go. If you're a traveling nurse, you're making 6 figures. And it depends on how much you want to work as a traveling nurse to how many you can make. Because they got people who are doing during COVID, there were traveling nurses making like $500,000.
There's a right job out there that makes a lot of money if you qualify. Yeah, there's some job there, but not everybody, could go to school.
Yeah, I mean, you got nurses make like certain things. I know here they make a lot of money. Like nurses make a lot of money if you want to work, and then depend on where you work too. Like I said, depend on where you work. If you work in a small country town, you might not make as much as you make in a city. It's not. That's just how it is.
I'm going to give you an example of what's going on at my job, what just happened recently. Okay. Now I work on a 12-hour shift, meaning I work 3 days, 4 days here, 3 days, and my schedule. So they're trying to my department is trying to get rid of the 12 hours to go back to 8 hours. So if you work 8 hours, that means you have to work 5 days out of the week. You only get 2 days off, and this and everything. Now, they're saying they have to do this because they don't have coverage, because people are calling out, But again, the only way the schedules get changed, anything gets changed at our job is not us. We're just the union guys. We have no control over it. It's all management that has control over everything. So whatever changes is going on that doesn't work, it's not us. It's them trying to change it. And then they change it again, trying to figure out, we got this problem. Especially when, when that saying says, don't fix something that's not broken. Well, that's how it started. It was fine. There was no issues. Everything was working great. Until somebody decides, hey, let's change this. And that just started a snowball effect. They changed it. Oh, it didn't work. They changed it again. They changed it again. They keep on changing. They still constantly changing. And every time they make a change, it affects people's lives. Now, they're saying there's no coverage because what happens is a lot of people are calling out. Simple as that. A night shift comes around, they got like one person on duty. I mean, they're trying to find it. Now, here's the thing. They tried this same thing in a different borough in our department. All right. I'm in Brooklyn, Queens. They tried this in Manhattan. Okay. They tried this. They took the guys off 12. They didn't, they put everything 8. And guess what? It didn't work. So why would it work here if they already tried it in the same different department? It didn't work there. Why you think it's gonna work here? It's not gonna work here. First of all, they ain't got enough people, and now you got people coming in 5 days a week. Now what happens with us is the time we start work and we leave our job site to go do some work. Pretty much you do like maybe a job or two, and then you look at the time and say, hey, it's time to go back to the yard to go home at 3:00. You know what I'm saying? So how much work are you going to get done? You're not going to get any work done. At least on the 12 hours, guys will get at least 5-6 things done within that time frame. So their mindset is no matter what we try to tell them to help the company, because that's what we try to do, give them advice, but they do not want to do it because, first of all, they didn't think of it. They don't want to go with our ideas. It has to be their idea, their way to get this problem solved. And on top of that, it's just the reason why they're doing it. It's just to screw with you because guys are calling out. Now, what's going to happen if it does go through? More people are going to call out. You just increased it. The people that wasn't calling out are going to call out, and the guys that were already calling out. So now you're going to have less people, calling on a regular basis. So you just made it worse. Everything they've done was to make it worse, not better for the company. They say it's better for the company, but it's not. We try to tell them, hey, do this, do that. They don't want to do it. They want to do it their way. Well, there's nothing we can do. All we had to do is, ride the wave and deal with a bunch of morons that don't know what they're doing, get it through that disco, and that's it. All right. So it is what it is. This is what's going on in the world. You got people in charge that coming up with ideas, and it ain't for the people at the job. Okay. If you treat the workers right, the workers will do the right thing. Simple as that. It's so simple, but they don't care. They just don't care. And when they don't care, then why should we care? That's how it works. So that's what you're teaching them. That's what your leadership is doing, and that's what we're picking out. So we're following what you're doing. So if you don't care, we're not gonna care. So that's what you taught us, and that's what we're gonna do. We're doing what you're doing. But so if you're saying that's not right, then why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? We're following what you're doing. So it is what it is. $30K for a newly qualified nurse, but their university deductions $23K. Yeah, but how long is those fees? I mean, they gotta pay it off eventually.
Yeah.
It ain't forever.
But then that's when it boils down to this, which I heard a statistic once. It was a high number, high percentage number of people who are born in a certain area, go to school, live, and die in that certain area. They don't leave. That's that could be more understandable in 100 years ago. But in the current state that we're in, with travel is so easy. Nobody who, especially somebody who has a nursing degree, I don't know if that nursing degree would work in the States. I'm pretty sure if it's a university, it probably will. They just put you any other certifications you need. But what I'm trying to say is, like, if you get something like that, there's opportunity to make way more money in other locations. You just got to be willing to sacrifice and go. And even if you like, you want to come back home, but you might have to sacrifice for a little while to make X amount of dollars, and then put it in savings. You know what I mean? And you do it, but because I had friends of mine who said he couldn't find a job in California, a place that was looking for workers. And he ended up getting one. But I was like, I wanted to tell him, like, dude, if you just looking at he was looking for like a dishwashing job. He was looking for a basic job. And I said, dude, if you leave that state, you can find a job immediately. It's just that you got to be willing to take that sacrifice, and not everybody wants to leave their family. You know,
it depends what job you're looking for. I mean, there could be, you'd be surprised. There's other jobs out there that actually pay decent money that nobody wants to do.
Plumbing,
job,
plumbing, halfback was there with ACs and heaters, and
that's the one thing about construction workers. Again, construction workers make a lot of good money, but when there's no more buildings to be built, and there's no more space, what do you do then? You know what I'm saying? That's a job that goes by basis of when it's available. So once the building's done and there's no more building, you're shit out of luck. You're done. That was a great job, but yeah.
That's why you gotta be like, you could be in that field, but also have a side, be like, I'm an electrician, or I'm a plumber, I'm a drywall installer. Drywall, you'd be surprised people that you can be in construction, but you know how to do drywall. Guess what? Somebody always needs some drywall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get a contractor. Contractor does multiple jobs at the same time. They'll come to your job site or whatever. They do a little work, but when they're not there, they're actually on another job site working on another job, and then they come back to do so because they're trying to get as much business as they can. Because if they don't start the job, they pass the job up to somebody else. So what they do is they start the job, they get the contract, and then they get another one. And then they get another one, and then they come back and they do yours a little bit, and they keep doing each job a little bit at a time to hang on to all these jobs until they complete it. So that's how they keep getting paid. They just can't do one job complete and then look for the next one. Who the hell, when the next job's going to pop up? So they have to have a lineup of jobs at this time. And let's see, M3 line says, where we live, it's cheaper to live, but undertake always have work. Well, yeah. Listen, doctors always got work. You know what I'm saying? Nurses always got work. Mechanics always got work. Everybody has a car. You know what I'm saying? Trucks, airplanes, the airlines, they're always flying, always needed. Bus drivers, trains, electricians, telephone people, cable,
air traffic controllers, which since the shutdown we found out have been short-handed.
Gas stations. Sometimes they open, they close, but some of them are open. There's some like necessary, like police officers, ambulance, fire departments. There's always a job that somebody has to be run. The company has to have somebody doing something. It cannot close. They might close it down, but it'll start up with a different name, or somebody else will take over. But there's certain jobs that has to be fulfilled. So it is what it is. And the more they coming up with this AI crap, that automatic stuff that you don't need a human being, they can automatically be done. Somebody has to maintain those machines. Somebody has to stay on the computers. So regardless, somebody's behind the scenes. I mean, it is what it is. So my job is, they're changing my schedule. I don't know how it's gonna change. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Again, it is what it is. I gotta ride the stupid roller coaster because I got people that don't know what they're doing. So there's not
my schedule is gonna be changed during the fall and winter. Starts Monday. So I'll be working late till like 5 to 5:30. So it's like when I sell stuff now, I can't ship on those days I'm working late because I won't be able to get to the post office. So yeah.
Yeah. So M3 says, with cars going electric, a lot less need for mechanics. Not really, because we still a lot more cars out there still need mechanics. But again, you're saying they're going electric, but you still need the mechanic that can deal with electric cars if they go bad. Nothing lasts forever. So somebody, it's probably a different, you got mechanics that work on gas cars, and then you got mechanics that work on electric cars. So Those are, the more electric cars that are out there, somebody has to maintain them because they will break down. They don't last forever. Some electrical glitch, they do have tires, they do have axles, they have doors, they have windows. So somebody still needs to work on those cars, and they don't last long forever. So that's another thing. I love my dirty diesel fuel economy. I got gas.
I had a gas vehicle as well, but
Yeah.
the thing about technology we learn from computers and phones, things we should be evolving and getting better and better.
Yeah.
I love science, and we are not even a one in the Cardiac scale, which that means that we use all the Earth's energy as for our power. We frown upon using solar, so we're never going to get to the Cardiac scale because we can't. Like, nothing against fossil fuel or the fuel, like you said, but it's just we need to get better, if that makes sense. I'm not saying to get away with everything. I just think we don't use all of our resources to our fullest. Like, you got open fields in parts of America that you could put solar farms on.
Yeah.
Like you got places in certain parts of the world that wind blows constant. They should, you got. I live close to the Mississippi River. That can be powered. That can use to be powering a lot of stuff. The river flows. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
We're not even using the river that's right there in front of me. Nuclear power, which people are not some people are not for. We don't use that properly because we could have a bunch of nuclear power plants. So it's that fuel economy is great, but we need to be expanding and going more. It's just there's so much stuff we don't use because people hate it, or people, fossil fuels and that stuff. That doesn't last forever. That's not gonna last forever.
Listen, it is what it is. It's the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? So, and you think we're bad? You think the rich people that got all this money, you think care about anything? They don't care.
Oh no, they got plenty of money not to worry about.
They just spend money like crazy, and they don't give a damn about environment or whatever they do. They don't care. So let's get going on. I got some books here, some stuff that I picked up.
That was the economy and the science talk of the day, and the political talk. Even though we didn't go deep into it, there you go.
Car parked in some countrysides are covered in solar panels. Yeah, you can't even run your engine sitting idling because power pollution and all this stuff. So what do you do during winters when it's -3 degrees? You can't run your engine, so you gotta freeze it down. It's 90 some degrees outside. You can't run your AC because you can't run your engine. Oh,
yeah,
that's what they're worried about.
Yeah, we're not smart when we make things.
All right, I'm gonna start off with the bigger books, and I don't mean bigger books like pricey books. I mean the size, because I had these books. I don't know if I showed them, but I have them here and I haven't put them away, so I don't know if I showed them or I forgot to show them. So I'm gonna show them anyway. All right, I'll start with the biggest ones here. All right, pick these up for my LCSs. Hold on, I change this. Bam. I got Batman, Absolute Batman, black and white one. Look at that size of that boy. Big boy. All right. I'll show you what the back looks like that. All right. And then I got this foil cover, Absolute Batman. The board back right there, Peacemaker. And then I got the regular edition one of Batman, Absolute. With Peacemaker in the back. So I picked those up. Now I could finally put these away because they've been sitting there. And I don't like, the big books sitting there because they're easy to get bent, a tick. Because they're so big, and I got a box I can put them in. Then moving down to the next size, like the Treasury Edition books, I got the Superman Treasury 2025 Heroes for all #1, which is pretty cool. You see all I think, and then you see the bad guys in the backside there, Lex Luthor or no, something like that. And then I got the Superman Treasury foil cover. The Superman Treasury 2025. So I got those. And then I found this one at my LCS. It is Star Wars Vision, Peach Momoko. It's like a square bound book, treasury. I thought it was cool to pick up. So I always like picking up different things. If you really look at his face there, that's crazy. And then I picked up I picked up these extra size blank variants. So I got Batman in like this bright yellow, spring issue #1. I got 2 of them. You know, thought they were cool. And then they had this Superman #1 yellow one, blank. I thought it was pretty cool to have. So yeah, I like to pick up different things. You never know. You know, eventually some people out there, you know, like to get some remarks or sketch done on these. So it's always good to have blank covers. And that's a not regular size comic book either. That it's not a treasury size either. It's like it's between both. I'm gonna show you this, and then I show you what a regular book. It's almost the same, but if I put it in the front, you can see like the difference, how much it sticks out. It's the same height, but it sticks out just a little bit than a regular book. So you can put a really nice sketch on a wider book than the regular one. So I'm going to start off with some books that I won from, let me see here. Melon Head, that looks like a Panini sticker book size from the 90s. And got to get going. See y'all soon. All right, GT. Thank you for coming down. Hit that like button. So these are the books that I got with those $10 slabs from Jigs. So I got the Alex Ross 10100 Mysterio. And then I got the Venom number 23, the 1 in 25. And then I got this Ghost number 1 trade dress. And I got lucky that I ended up with the Virgin too on top of that. Then I actually really like this. I got the Run DMC like greatest hits Department of Truth variant type cover from the DMC side. This is the trade with the Department of Truth in the corner there, and then I got the Virgin one as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. I got lucky. All these books plus the slabs, I got it for $8, $10. What was it? I paid. How much did I pay? 60. I paid $60. Got 8 slabs. Got 5 or 6 books, and I didn't have to pay shipping. I paid $60, and that's what I got. When are you coming, BLC? Listen, everything got postponed. Stuff happens. M3 Lions. I had to get rid of my car. I had to get another car. I got a lot of issues going on. I'm hoping, you know, I haven't given up, but it's just every time something always comes up, and it's just insane. You know, hopefully one day. Hopefully, I'm still hoping. I'm still hoping. All right, put this stuff down over here because I got a lot of books. So I've been to my LCS. If you guys didn't know, it's my LCS. This is Lost Eden Comics and Gaming. They're literally not too far, like 10 minutes from my house. That's the address there. Eddie and the guys, they go to Comic Cons. They do C2E2, Baltimore. You know, they go to different. Now they're trying to do some local shows and stuff. So, great bunch of guys. I go there. You know, sometimes I find some stuff. So he gave me some books for free. It might interest. I mean, who that? He might want these. I mean, you know, because I know he's a Turtle fan. Eastman and Turtle. This is a #1 book. Maybe he knows anything about this. I have no idea. So he gave me this
I
book.
can't really tell what that is. What is that? It's a newer book, but it's not a super old book because the price tag is $225.
Yeah,
I don't know.
375. Soul Sun Publications. It says Eastman, so I guess Eastman did some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. And he gave me 2 copies. So I
Yeah,
didn't.
I don't have one. I can tell you that, but I just don't know. I don't know much about it.
Well, guess what? I'll bring these down to New Orleans and you can have it. All right.
I appreciate it. I'm trying to see if I can look that up too.
Oh, don't they got more? He gave me the other one. This is issue number 6, another Eastman one cover.
Martial arts.
I mean, they're not perfect, but hey, free. And he gave me 2 of them, so I guess that's gonna take a trip to New Orleans also.
Oh, here we go. They came out in 1986.
Oh, so they are pretty.
Yeah, they actually are pretty old. They're like 2 years older than the first appearance.
Oh,
So they're called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Authorized Martial Arts Training Manual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the number 1 is the first issue.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one you have? That's the 6th issue.
Yeah,
that's the 6th issue. So yeah, you got the first and the last issue. They're not worth the only one that's worth a lot is like issue 3. It's the Donatello one because it's rare and high grade.
All right.
But because it's all black cover, but they're all pretty much all black covers. But yeah, that's a little information I found out.
Okay. Oh. So I picked up. I found Amazing Spider-Man 342. All right, and then I found these. I always like to find different things and ash cans. These were you can see the price of $10. Batman Hush, Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Chapter 2 preview. I don't know if anybody's seen those, but I like picking up ash can little books. So I picked up two copies. I saw 2 of them, so I said, nah, might as well. I love the black and white, and you can't go wrong with Batman Hush. Jim Lee books. So I picked that up. Then I got Detective Comics starring Batman issue 529. Classic Batman. That's my logo. I love Batman logo like that with the bat wings and everything. It looks so cool. And then I picked up Flash 278 with Captain Boomerang on the cover. This is a newsstand copy. And then Flash 294, again, newsstand copy. And then Flash 313, a direct copy. And I picked this up just for the hell of it. I picked up What If Dazzler had become the Herald of Galactus, and What If Iron Man was trapped in the time of King Arthur. I thought that was pretty cool. So I picked those up, and I went different days to the LCS. I did pick up some other stuff besides this. This was one day, and I picked up this other stuff. I picked up Uncanny X-Men at the State Fair of Texas. I thought that was pretty cool. I love the X-Men, and this is issue. I think this is only a one shot, so I thought it was pretty cool. Then I picked up this John Tyler for Christopher Captain America. Had a price tag of $5. I love Cap. I love negative space variants. So I'd say, hey, I can't go wrong with that. And if Jigs ain't watching, I picked up Amazing Spider-Man number 26, second print. It's a 1 in 50 spoiler variant. Check that out. Look at that bad boy. Look at that nice looking book. That is crazy. That is so sick. That is so nice. And then he had an Amazing Spider-Man number 26. This is a 1 in 100. Check this one out. Look at that. Bio. I think his legs are a little extra long, but thought maybe he like threw his leg out or something. I don't know. But yeah, 100 there. So then I went. That was another day I went. Then I went again a different day, and he had some long boxes. He was like, "Hey, some long boxes came in, and with give you a deal, pretty much. Whatever you find, I'm only gonna charge you $3 a book." I said, "Fine, no problem." I said, "I'll go in there. I'll find something." And I probably just went through like 4 long boxes. And that's not even close to what he had. He had way more than that. But I wasn't really trying to spend that much money because, again, I'm going to a con next weekend. So I did pick up some books, and the only reason why I picked this up is because I think mine that I have originally are worse condition. So I said, you know what, I might as well pick them up just in case maybe they are better. I don't know. But I picked up Luke Cage number 45, newsstand copy. All right. Luke Cage number 6. And you don't find Luke Cage books out there no more either, especially the low numbers. Luke Cage number 7. Luke Cage number 8. Luke Cage number 12. Luke Cage number 14. I gotta change these bags. These bags don't give it justice. Luke Cage number 18. Luke Cage number 19. As you can see, he had a lot of Luke Cages. They're in pretty good shape. Luke Cage number 20. Luke Cage number 23. I believe I have this one already signed by Ron Wilson, but I think it's in really rough shape. It's not graded. It's signed, but not graded. And this is, I think, a slightly better one. So maybe I'll get him to sign this one and then get it graded. And the only reason why I picked this book up is because, well, if you don't know what it is by looking at it, Luke Cage number 47. And does anybody know the reason why I picked this one up? What's different between this one and the other one? I'll tell you if you don't know. It is a Whitman. You see the diamond?
Oh, I see the diamond now.
Yeah, and you see there's nothing in the empty box. So this is a Whitman variant. So it's not in greatest condition, but listen, whenever I pick a different price variant and stuff like that, anything slightly different what I don't have, I always try to pick it up. So, and this one didn't even have a back and board or anything allowed. So, yeah, it's a little chip here. It's in rough shape, but you don't see too many out there. All right. And it looks like I already had to show this book earlier. It looks like I picked it up again, unless this is the other one wasn't a newsstand, but this one is a newsstand. So I picked that one up. I'm still trying to bag and board these. This is issue 314, Flash. Flash 311. Flash 310. Flash 309. Flash 308. Numbers will go down. Flash 306. Just the book. I gotta put these mega boards. Flash 305. That's a nice cover. Flash 302. All right. Flash 266. We are now in the 200 range. 266. Flash 268. Flash 270. Flash 271. I don't know if this is faded or what, or that's how it's supposed to look. Flash 276. Flash 294. And Flash 301. So all that was $3 a pop. All those books there. So I think I did pretty well. Again, some of the stuff was direct or newsstands that I picked up from my collection. So at another shop, where I pick up some other books, where I pick up my steady books that I pick up my Amazing Spider-Man Space Ghost run. They sell a whole bunch of different cards and stuff like that. Let me get the comments up again. Yeah, I know 3M39 still lying. eBay, 40 quid here, number one. Phil's here. What's up, Phil? What's going on? I hope they are looking after you. You're putting this kid through college. Oh, it's crazy. So they sell slabs too, and I saw the slab, and I said, let me see if it's still gonna be there. Week after week, I go, pick up my books. The slab's still there, and one day I decide, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I think it's a cool slab. I like the artist, and what I picked up off the wall was Wolverine #1. This is a Gabriel Del Auto cover. It's convention edition. This is actually a New York Comic Con exclusive Virgin cover. I thought it was awesome. It looks really, really nice. 9.8. I thought it was pretty cool. I do have Wolverine books. So I like where he's going, like, and you see all the heads on the back and everything. So I thought it was pretty cool. So that is what I have picked up on my local shop. Oh, wait. There's more. Hold on. There's more. M3 Lion's going to like this. Okay. This is also what I picked up from my shop. It's a reprint of Uncanny X-Men 133. Facsimile, I should say. Facsimile. It was pretty cool. I took it and I was reading this issue. I love this issue. It was pretty cool. So I picked that up. So I went on eBay and there was a book I wanted for my collection, which I got. And there were some other books that he had. And if you guys don't know, M3, I collect different variant books. I collect Whitman, Mark Jewelers, Price Differential. I collect Pence variants. I collect newsstands, the Rex. Whatever cover it is, it is. Now, a while back ago, I bought a whole box full of books, Pence variant books from a store, Close Encounters, I think it was called in over there in England. And the guy shipped me a whole, pretty much like a full medium-sized box. And I sent those books to get graded, and of course I got them back. The reason why is because Pence variant books here in the States are in very, very bad condition. They get thrown around. It's very hard to get a decent grade, okay, on the book. And so what I did was I went on eBay and I went and bought Pence variant books from England. And because, like you said, I know I talked to you before, says you guys over there don't like picking up Pence variant books. You guys like getting American title books. So they're pretty much sitting in the long boxes and all the stores over there and con shows that nobody wants. And they're pretty decent shape. So, and if you can see my videos unboxing CGC Pence variant ones, I actually got some nice decent grades on some of the books. So when I ordered this book that I needed, which I didn't show, I'm showing it for a different show. I ordered a couple of more books that he had. So what I picked up was this. I picked up Iron Man 147 pence variant. All right, it says 20p right there. So I picked that up. It's a nice condition book. So definitely, I'm probably gonna get this graded. Anytime I get a pence variant high grade book, I will get it graded. Then I found he had Nova number 20 pence variant book. Again, newsstand, very nice condition looking book. And if you don't know, I already have all my Nova. This Nova run, I got it all graded already. But I'm still trying to like upgrade the grades I have. But this will be a that's nice, and the postage is too cheap. Yeah, it wasn't cost that much. I picked that up as a nice, decent shape. See, this is the thing. You get pen variant books that look this nice, and it doesn't even cost you that much. They're very, very cheap and reasonable prices. This one I wish was in a little better condition, but I got it because again, it's a pen variant book, and I don't have this many of this type of title, but I had to pick it up because I will get it graded. I like the cover, and I picked up Ghost Rider number 18 pence variant book. Look at that. With Spider-Man and the thing on it and Hercules. I mean, that's just a classic, beautiful looking book, pens variant. I says that is definitely gonna get graded. That cover is just badass and pens variant book. And what I like doing on TGC is that let me just change this back. There you go. So yeah, I like going on because you can go on there and see how many books, what's graded, this and everything, how many grades out there. And I know I heard of another video is that CGC is not going to be improving on information on a breakdown on signature books. So when you break down the signature books, it's going to tell you which books are signed by who and how many. So if, let's say Todd McFarlane. So if you got a Spawn 1 Todd McFarlane signed book, they're going to tell you exactly how many copies of Todd McFarlane's Spawn number 1 books are out there and what grade. So let's say that you have two signatures. You got a Todd McFarlane and somebody else, right? They're going to break that down. They're going to have a listing of Spawn number 1. It's going to say signatures, Todd McFarlane, and whoever the signature is. And they're going to keep a record of how many books out there of that caliber. So they're going to have breakdowns of what type of signed books, who signed it, how many multiple signatures, and how many of that breakdown. So you get a real close breakdown on signature books instead of, okay, well, how many signature books are 9.8s out there? That's 200. It's not going to tell you who signed it and how many signatures, blah. It's just going to say 9.8 title signature series. Now they're going to break it down. So now they're going to say 9.8, Spawn number 1, signed by this person, or signed by these two people, or signed by these three people. And they're going to break down how many of those books, that grade, that many signatures on that book. I mean, to me, that's awesome because you might have a book that might have 3 signatures on it. You might be the only one. There might be 150 will only have Todd McFarlane signature. You might have only 10 that might have a Todd McFarlane and somebody else's signature, or you might have a Stan Lee, signature with Sanat. You might have a Kirby, So the breakdown is going to be a whole lot more. You get to see what's really out there, more of a breakdown. I think to me, that's great, to see, how many people out there, because, some people add signatures. You might have a book that might only have Todd, and they say, you know what, I want to add another signature. And then you want to add another. So we'll see. 90%. Yeah.
I got a good book that got multiple signatures.
Yes. Yeah. Hold on, let me change this.
This is first appearance of Echo. But it's
I have that book too. Mine's
Casada.
94.
Yeah, it's signed by Casada, Palmiotti, and David Mack.
Oh, triple.
Yeah, so I think it's a high grade. So I just haven't. You know, it's gonna cost a lot to get it verified. So
Oh yeah.
I just haven't. I haven't submitted it yet because I know it's gonna cost probably like $75 total with the signatures, maybe more than that. Look at this guy. Hey,
This guy.
Hello, hello. Just came back in from my walk, so
Nice.
just yeah.
Anybody could come in. Links right there, man. It's pinned to the top. Everyone wants to join in. You know, talk about all the books and stuff like that. So this book, I'm thinking. I know I want to get it graded, but should I get it signed?
Ooh, the treasury. I like that.
This is the treasury. Should I get it signed or should I just get it? I should just get it graded.
You can get what Bob McLeod and Larry Hama on there.
Yeah, I know, but are they gonna be a Rhode Island? Or do I have to wait for another con?
Let me see, because that's what the internet's for.
Bob McLeod. He came to New Orleans.
He goes. So Bob goes to Terrificon usually, and then I'm not sure about Larry Hama though. Larry Hama kind of floats around. So.
Yeah, Larry Hama is the floater. I would like to get both signatures in one shot so I can hand it in. I don't want to get one and I gotta wait. You know.
Yeah, you may end up having to do it a couple of different times, but let's see. So. Let's check Rhode Island and see.
FP said no sig. He said no sig.
They don't grade treasuries. I would get it signed.
No, I think they do grade these.
Oh, I'm sure they do now.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know. I know they didn't in the past.
What's
up, Collective P? What's going on?
Yeah, so neither one of them are going to be at Rhode Island. So I mean, I would say, you know, if you're trying to get it graded, you may want to. Oh wow, you might want to get it done and then you know, maybe crack it later on, or you know what I mean. It's up to you. I would lean towards, you know, if you have it, it's in good shape and you really don't feel like waiting until next year.
I mean, it's in really, real good shape. Because I went on eBay and I saw what's on eBay, and they're pretty bad compared to this. This is in very nice shape.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know what? I say grade it just to see what it comes back. If it's like a, you know, let's say, you know, what do you think? Let's say it's like an 8.5 or something like that, right? Just throwing it out there, right? If it comes back 9.8, obviously don't touch it. Just let it be. Yeah. But if it's like an 8.5 or something like that, then you can easily crack that and then get it signed and send it back out and, you know, get that yellow label on it.
Yeah, I because the thing is, this is a treasury book, and I don't want it to get dinged up and stuff.
Yeah,
you know, I'd rather get it graded so this way it'll stay protected, because these things, you know, these things are not able. I don't know if they're able to get it, you know, pressed and clean because these are bigger and probably won't fit in the machine. I don't know, but like I said, it's in very good shape. I got this actually at Terrificon.
Did you?
Yeah. It was at a booth. It was all the way in the top corner on the rack.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you got the top, it was sitting all the way in the very top, and I was like, "Hey," caught the corner of my eye. I was like, "Hey, you know," and I gave him cash money, and they're like, "Yeah, no problem." And
that must have been a corner I didn't go to. Like, what day did you get that? Because I know you like that was a Sunday purchase. I missed that.
This was either Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday.
Gotcha.
But like I said, it was on the corner top rack, like on the last one, and it was one of the booths that was in one of my lanes, like the Erod lanes, like towards that side.
Oh, all right, way back there. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but it was towards the front, but it was on the lane when you're walking to the left, like when you walk through the main thing to the left side. It was like somewhere in the front of that side.
That's crazy, because like if that was now I'm shocked. Erod, and he was you know, he was working, he was doing his thing.
Oh yeah.
But like I'm surprised, because if Erod knew that was there and it's like in his, I'm surprised he didn't go back. Yeah, let me get that real quick.
Well, he was busy, you know, he was busy.
He was making money. Ooh, Erod was doing good. He had a good show.
Yeah.
But he had great stuff. He had really good stuff, and it's just like. And you know, and of course he got, you know, like his sons go with him, so like they're out there getting stuff too. So it's like, you know, whatever he's got up there, he's also got people out there, you know, doing his thing. He's got his little network of spies out there doing his stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, his sons and stuff. They do what I do now. They're CGC witnesses. because I see him all the time at the signature booths and stuff like that. So yeah, he's moving up, and I guess you can get books signed through him too, and Gary probably too, and
Yeah.
it's spreading, because
Oh, of
CGC is
course.
overwhelmed. You know how it is. CGC, you try to go to
Yeah.
CGC, it's just mayhem. You don't want to spend your whole day there, being online dealing with that. Go somewhere else and you pay a little more, and you can enjoy the con more than anything else. Uh, but yeah, that's what the con you won. You won something from me.
I did.
I know you don't have it around. You probably put it away already.
Yeah, no, it's away right now, but yeah, no, I like I mean it's no secret, just because it was the giveaway, which funny enough, a lot of people let that slide, and I was just like,
I tell you the truth. I don't know what's wrong with people that don't like free stuff. I mean, you hear it all the time. You hear, oh, they want free thing. They want a good price. They want a price that's really decent. This, that, and everything. And when people are actually giving stuff away for free, and you don't want to apply, and you're going there. I mean, come on now. I mean, there's something wrong with you.
I mean, it's crazy, and a lot of people, I'm sure that people kind of look back like, oh man, and have their regrets, and that's, I mean, it is what it is. But I just look at it where it's just like, I mean, you miss 100% of the
happy guy there. Look at that guy. Look how happy! Like, yeah, this is going home with me. Look at that face.
There it is.
That's a winner. That's a winner.
And that's the thing, you always, it doesn't hurt to enter. If you win, great. If you don't, yeah, it's all right. It's always next time.
Yeah.
But I will say though, like, so being at Terrificon this year, I mean, there were deals to be had. Like, people were looking to make deals all day, and it was just, it was a good show for that. And the only booth I didn't really get to go to was that dude that was set up in the middle with like all those long boxes. I never got over there because I was just looking at other things and trying to get stuff, and I was I wish I had gone there though, because people said like that dude had like the volume of stuff he had, like if you had the time to go ahead and sit through and just dig, you could have probably found something crazy in there. Like, I didn't hear about anything crazy coming out, but I know with that amount of boxes, there had to be something awesome in there.
Yeah, Friday was all right. Saturday, forget it. Saturday, I was stuck at Artist Alley for 98% of the day. I was stuck over there. That Saturday. Sunday was more lenient. That's why I did most of my shopping. But it was still a great show. I just loved everything about it. It was easy when they closed up and everybody's going out the back way. They just rolled up the gates, and everybody just goes out that way in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Everybody, they got the guards out there controlling the traffic, because you got to cross the driveway, like, to get into the parking lot from the building, and they got guards there stopping traffic, so people, all the sellers can, move their merchandise to the trucks and everything. So it was a good venue. It was a good show. Very good.
It was a good setup for people that were vendors there. It was a good setup because it's like you could just come right in that back door and then get right to your spot. So it wasn't really like if you had a big booth and stuff like that, like getting it in was easy, and then getting it out was nice. It was nice and smooth. There was no it wasn't like a real cluster to try to get in and out. So that's like one of those things, because I had never been there, to see it actually like that. So, but it was pretty crazy to see. And I was like, wow, so this is how it all comes together. And then, when it's done, and it's so funny because like when it's done and you see everything being taken out and you see how open that place is, it's like, wow, like it's just like it's one of those things where it's like a mirage. Like it's there and then it's gone.
It's
and
funny,
like,
the way it's designed, the line, everybody's leaning up against the wall. Right, so everybody's one behind the other. It's not like 4 or 5 people across from each other. It's one behind each other across the wall, and it's all indoors, so nobody's outside in the heat or in the rain. Everybody's indoors, comfortable AC. And then once you get through the gate and everything, you got that nice long hallway with all the banners and everything. Until you get to where the doorways are to get to the main entrance and everything. But it runs so quick. You're online, but you get there early, of course, just because you want to get in there ahead of everybody else. But it moves so fast. Once they open the doors, you go right in. You got a lot of room. You just walk right in.
Yeah, you walk to where you're gonna go, figure out where your people are at that you want to see,
How
and
many
then
times do you actually see the guy, the owner of the con, at the con working?
all the time,
He's, he's
Like
all over the
he
place.
doesn't stop.
He's all over the place, busy doing something. He's here, he's there. Most
Yeah,
of the times you don't even know who's running it. You don't know where he's at. This guy was all over the place.
yeah. No,
He was on top of everything. It was a
Mitch
great.
is something else there. Honestly, and he says he had a great time every time, but like it's just like he's doing so much. It's like, dude, when do you have time to actually enjoy yourself? He's like, oh, I do it all the time. He's like, I love it because for him, he's on it constantly to make sure that like everything's running smooth. So if there's a problem, like if anything had not like if there was anything that like we need someone to come over here real quick, like he's right there. He'd be like, what's going on? Let me fix this. All right, I got to go back over there, but I'll be, you know what I mean? He's everywhere. Like he that's his baby. Like he makes sure from the minute the vendors get there to the time the place closes, he's there. And he is. You see him there, at the very end, walking around, making sure everyone's getting their stuff out cool and everything else. And it's just like he actually did a video of it. I think on Instagram. And he's like, if I was to tell you that an hour ago this place was packed with comics and everything else, you would never know it. He's like just the way like how everything just goes away so quickly. He's like this was such a great time, and this and like I mean he's always working. He's always doing it. He promotes it like basically himself, and then other people help out here and there. But like that's 100% his thing because he wanted to have a great show for people to be able to go to. That focus on comics and artists and the best parts of collecting and. He kills it every year. Like he does a good job getting artists to come in, even getting celebrities too. But he doesn't go overboard with celebrities, which is great. But he gets some great people to come all the time. Amazing vendors. I mean, it's just the place itself. I mean, it's just such a great place to be. It's such an awesome spot that like everything enhances everything else. And it's just like I would say this, as far as Heroes is concerned, Heroes. If there's a book that you're thinking about, you could probably see it there. Terrificon is very, very close to that. Like there may be one or two that you like. All right, one or two ghost books that you don't see, but for the most part, like if there's a book you want, it's there. Yeah. For the most part, you can find it, and it's all about just kind of the whole experience of just going in. You can dig. There's stuff on the wall. Like I mean, it's there to satisfy everybody's comic collecting. I would say niche. Like you can see really expensive books if you want to see really expensive books. And then there's people that have dollar bins that are just like, dude, just go at them. We'll discuss the price after. And you just go through and pick what you can. And some people, just love just digging through it. But yeah, no, I don't even know what's in here. Just go ahead and see what you find. We'll see what's happening after. So it's such a great, great time.
What I like about it is they ask them a question. Says, hey, you can make, put more tables and you can have more vendors. And he goes, no. He says, I have enough and I want to keep, not to be overcrowded. I want to keep the lanes open. I have enough people for everything. And he has a little bit of everything that people are selling. You got books, you got toys, you got action figures, you got art, you got crafts, you got a little bit of everything. So, I mean, the options that you have, you got the celebrities in the corner, you got your artists over there, So he keeps a little bit of everything at this show. The cosplay's there, everything's there. So that's he has a little bit for every type of person that's gonna go to a con to what they're looking for. It might be not a lot, but your section will be there. If you're looking for cards, you're looking for something, it's gonna be there. Not a big section, but again, it's not that big of humongous place like New York Comic Con. It ain't that huge, but it's a very good size for the amount of people that he brings in there, space wise, and on top of that, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I mean, it's so nice that it's all self-contained the way it is too, because it's like you're gonna be able to go there. Like if you're staying in Mohegan, like so your hotel, restaurants, and everything else is all there. Like you don't have to go, walk down the street to go see here, this and that. I mean, you can go out and venture out if you want to, but like there's everything like right there self-contained, so it's like you really don't have to rush around all that much. Like obviously you want to get into just to be in line to be there, you can. But if you also want to be like, you know what, I'm gonna sleep in a little bit on Saturday or Friday, and then just kind of stroll down when I feel like it, you can, and you'll get right in. You'll get to see what you want to see, and there's so much going on. It's really just a fun place, and everybody's out there hanging out. It's all people that you know, so you'll run into all kinds of people and everyone's looking to hang out after, wanting to know what's going on later on. So it's just a great time.
It's not, because how many times can you actually say, hey, I'm going to a con where my hotel room is in the same place as a con where I don't have to go outside?
Exactly.
Where do you can say it says, oh, I'm going to different multiple choices of restaurants to eat in the same building without going outside? Where else can you actually say, hey, I'm going to a hotel, a con where I don't have to pay for parking? I mean,
Parking. You know what?
It's a beautiful hotel, very classy, very nice. Everybody's friendly. I mean, what a great spot. When you look out your window, you got a nice river. You got that side, you got a nice view. I mean, there's nothing you can actually say anything bad about this or wrong or anything. Everything went very well. I just love the atmosphere, and like I said, that place is so big. I mean, with the restaurants, it's like I ventured out a little further this time around, and I still didn't get that far. I turned around and still didn't get back. I was like,
so
I'm not going
there. There's a couple of things that you actually you forgot to talk about. Like, so I would say probably the biggest ones is like, you want to go gamble. There's a casino there if you want to go gambling or whatever. If you what's it called? You know what? Maybe go to a restaurant, whatever. But maybe you want to go to a bar. Like, there's bars there, multiple bars there. You want to go to a club? Well, we got that too. You want to go to a club? We'll go to a club later. This is one right over here. Like you know what I mean?
They had a Tesla showroom in there. I mean, like, what the hell?
And they got like an arena too, so it's like, oh, you want to go see a comedy show? Because sometimes there's stuff there, like sometimes there'll be a concert there too. There'll be what's it called? Sometimes they have wrestling there sometimes too, and they've had UFC fights there. Like they've had, like, there's been times I've been there with other events happening, and it's crazy all the time. Like, the place is it's so out of control and so good of a place where it's just like they can entertain multiple things at one time. Like, they got a Terrificon and a concert at the same exact time. It's I mean, most places you'd be like, there's no way. But like, no, they can do it.
I said my favorite place to eat, and I ate there multiple times all through the con show, was Johnny Rockets. I went to Johnny Rockets so many times. I just loved it. I loved the food, the burgers and fries. It was so great. And this was the first time that I actually ate inside the restaurant, because usually it's so packed, the line be like out the door. You would have to order and like go to your room and eat, because you would wait there long. There was pretty much no line, which was very surprising. If there was, you didn't have to wait long to sit down, and service was great. But again, this was my second time at Terrificon. First time that I was working it. The first time I went was just for myself to enjoy, when I had a great time there. But I love going to different places, and in a couple of months, I'm gonna be with this guy again. I was with, here's the funny thing, I was with this guy and this guy at Heroes Con. I was with him at Terrificon. Now I'm gonna be with him in New Orleans. So
now let me ask you, are you doing Little Giant in April?
Yes, I will be in Little Giant. I already bought my tickets.
So you got the VIP ticket?
Yeah.
So you do know that the Friday before, he's letting people in there for 3 hours, from 5 to like 8, to just go in and shop and stuff. VIPs, oh yes. So he had a thing, and so like he does the whatnot sales and stuff like that. And like, oh, like, anyone tell you about Friday night and this, that? And someone's like, what's happening Friday night? I was like, listen, if you don't know what's going on Friday night, I was like, you can come up on Saturday and I'll tell you all about Friday. Don't you worry about it. Because it's like he's letting people in for 3 hours, on that night. So people, so it's just like you basically go in there and shop early.
I book my hotel room for Friday night, because I check out Friday. I go to the con on Saturday, and then from there I go home. So I will be there Friday. So I did not know. I will be there to, spend my money. So this way, Saturday when it comes around, I have no money to spend, and I'll be done already. I'm like, okay.
There you go. ready to hit the road. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Is just like, and he's been showing stuff too. Like, I mean, I think I counted on his page. Like he had a bunch of Invincible number ones. I think I counted like 17 Invincible number ones. Like he's stocking up for this show, man.
Oh wow.
He's going to town on this one. So
and this is, I'm gonna tell you right now, my average amount that I spend at this show is between 8 to 1. 800 to 1,000.
Yeah,
because you just find books left and right. You just find tons of books. You're like, okay.
You do it in a different, like you do it differently than other people though, because you go in the bins, be like, all right, let me get this. Like a lot of other, I know me too. Is like, I see it right there. I'm gonna get it off the wall real quick because it's right. You know what I mean? Instead of having to, because it's like I dig all around, but it's like, all right, and then I don't usually do signatures that much. I like in years past I have, so I had to be in the Steranko line. So I had to be like, all right, look, I gotta get off the wall because if I don't get off the wall, I can't dig and then go in Steranko's line because Steranko's line goes forever. Yeah, because this is
the thing about this show though. The reason why you see me diving in the long box is because he has so much inventory that he can't fit on the wall. You'll find the same book in the long boxes that's not on the wall. Of course, he tries to keep the better condition one, but you'll find decent shaped books of the same one that should be on the wall in the long boxes.
I see. Look at Theory. Theory's laughing because Theory knows. So Theory went to that show. Theory went to that show a couple years ago. I remember that. And Theory knows he was in them boxes. He made a stack
last year. He was there last year. Yeah, but
he knows.
Yeah, we always run into each other.
When I see Theory has a stack every time. So Theory knows them boxes. That's the deal.
Theory walks around with a big smile on the face with the stack in a bag or his hand. You know, he always walking around with a smile. Because he knows he got a great deal. He knows it. Wait, what is that? Hold on.
He says, I'm a citizen there. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let me say this much. I know that now. If Theory didn't know, knowing that Friday thing's going, I know Theory will be there Friday, looking to see what's going on.
Well, let's see. Theory's there. Theory, are you going to be there Friday? We're going to put him on the spot right now. Want to see what he's going to say. Are you going to be there Friday? Friday, the day before.
Even if he's not, he's still gonna do his thing on Saturday.
He's gonna shout. He ain't gonna just do Friday and go home. He's gonna do Friday and Saturday.
No, he's gonna be there. He knows.
That's it. Yes, sir. See him there. Yes, sir. So are you going?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, cool.
As soon as I found that out, I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, I mean, I am absolutely excited for that because it's like that's going to be a fun time. I haven't booked a hotel yet, which I will do. But
I booked mine already. I booked mine. I don't wait. I try to book things earlier. Now my schedule looks like it's going to change because they're changing our whole schedule around. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I already booked the New Orleans thing. I already booked my Little Giants already. Now I'm worried of what's going to happen with my C2E2. My Terrificon, because they're changing my whole schedule on where I'll be working more. So for me to go to con shows now, I'm gonna have to be taking vacation days. But again, I don't know when they're gonna swap my schedule over. They like to do it in the beginning of the year, but they don't even know how they're gonna go about it at this point. So they just decided they will. So let's see.
Yeah. So he went to the store and he was printing the book to tell me he's getting ready. Dude, he's he's definitely going in and grabbing things out of his warehouse and stuff. And he shows it every couple of weeks.
His main store, Little Giants, is in Massachusetts.
Yep.
So he's from Massachusetts. So Terry, I know he's also from
Bryson Books.
Yeah. So his I never been to his store. I seen videos, of course. Looks like a very nice. Oh,
it's crazy.
Size store.
It's like a big warehouse type thing.
Yeah, it's so far from me because that's way on the other side.
Yeah.
But
no, it's definitely it'd definitely be a ride, but it's just I mean, there's so much there. But just about anything that collectively, just about anything you can think of, he has it there. He's got tons and tons.
I seen the videos of the store. I seen what he brings to Little Giants. The guy got tons of books. I seen him on a whatnot. The guy's got a lot of stuff, and pretty much I do when when I'm at Little Giants, I spend most of my money at his booth because, again, he has the inventory of what I'm looking for.
He's got tons and tons. There's not a.
How many times
I would say
on the loan box, and he has the issue numbers like one after the other in the long box. I mean, that's insane.
Oh, G1 Transformers, nice.
I know.
Okay. He always has something.
Listen, I need some Transformers trying to do some runs on that.
I wish.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So here's the thing for me. You see, everybody sees me that I'm home right now. Well, tomorrow I'm supposed to be off, but I'm going in for work for overtime. Right. So I'm leaving one day less, and then I'm supposed to work Monday to Thursday. Right. So that's my regular. So I'm working 5 days. And then that Thursday when I finish, I have to leave New York to drive to Rhode Island because Rhode Island Con starts that Friday. So
that's
I'm not
crazy.
going to be home all those days. I got to pack 2 suitcases worth of clothes and stuff to take with me because I got to go to Rhode Island, do 3 days there, drive from Rhode Island, go all the way home just to spend a couple of days there because then I have to go back to work. Well, I have a doctor's appointment that following Wednesday, so it's going to be long.
That's crazy. Now, I had to ask you one question about Terrificon and the banners. Do you do what I do and play the game of seeing what books you have that like all those banners, what books you have and what books you don't? I do it every year. I'm like, I got this, I got this, I got this now. I pick up these 3.
There's books like offhand when you see it, like you right away you know that you already got it. You got it. You got that one. You got that one. You got that one. Then you're like looking around, like, all right. Then you start to debate, like, all right, wait a minute. I have the book, but do I have the newsstand or do I have the direct? Then I have to look it up. Is it a price variant? Is it a Mark Jeweler? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, to me, I might be looking at the book. It says, then I have to look at my list. It says, all right, I have this one in the direct. I don't have the newsstand. Oh, I have this one in the newsstand. I don't have the direct.
Yeah.
So it's not enough.
It's so funny because I go and then
I have work convention. Shake my head. I can't go. After work convention.
Oh, he's talking about Rhode Island. So he's saying he can't work. He can't go. He can't go to the convention because he has to work.
Oh, he has to work. Wait, it's the weekend.
Yeah.
He has to work the weekend. Oh man, that sucks.
Well, yeah, because it's like that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not going next. I mean, I'm not going to Rhode Island this year either. And I mean, I just can't do it. Like Heroes and Terrificon, I did a lot. So it's just like for me, it's just like maybe another year.
I missed out on New York, my backyard. That was 4 days where I didn't have to worry about paying for a hotel because I would have just stayed with my mom. All I had to do was just take the train there, which is nothing, and then the train back to my mom's. So I missed out those 4 days. And so, but when the door closes, one opens, and I was available in Rhode Island. And I go Rhode Island. And I said it before. My goal is to go to different cons that I went to see how it is. To see what books are there, how check it out for the first time and say, hey, I experienced it, and then have my opinion about it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind. Rhode Island's it's not bad. It's just it's set up as a little weird, but it's not terrible. It's just like, but compared to like Terrificon and others, it's just like if you were gonna tell me which ones would you save up on or which one can you skip, I would just say, all right, well, if I had to skip, between that Boston Fan Expo and I mean Terrificon's a must. There's no negotiation on that. And then it's just like Rhode Island, depending on the guests, maybe not, and then Boston I can skip just because they haven't. I know they set that up this year, but I just don't see it as I mean like they lost.
Isn't there another con in your area called Wicked or something like that?
Yeah, Wicked Comic Con. Wicked isn't bad. Wicked is a smaller show. But they do have good books there. They have a lot of good vendors that go to that show. It's another 1-day show, so it's a pretty fun time. That's a good one if you're just kind of like looking to just kind of walk around, pick up some stuff. I mean, You know, it's not a bad one. And you know, overall, you know, I think Wicked happened in October. I think the next one that they'll do will probably be in like April, maybe. Um, they usually kind of do it like twice a year.
Now,
But
wasn't there another con show recently called TerraCon or something in Massachusetts?
yeah, that's like a Halloween show. So
Yeah, that's
I don't
how.
know. I've never been to that. I've never been to that. Like that you can get like more of like horror people. So
Yeah,
like, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you end up having a couple of Jasons and stuff like that that be there. So I mean, you can get some pretty cool signatures if you go. But I don't know how they do for like for comics and stuff. But I do think that they have like either JSA or CGC. Maybe it is JSA that's verified signatures and stuff. So I mean, I've
So,
never been.
just to make this clear, right? CGC and JSA are two separate different companies, or the same.
So um, the two separate things that, you know. I mean, CGC owns the JSA, so I just don't know how they work it because I'm pretty sure I know they've been there. I just don't know who. I'm just not sure who it is that like shows up to the Terracon, because I know that JSA has been there, so I don't know if because they own JSA, that CGC end up being there too, but
Right.
they definitely have. I mean, they definitely have a presence there. It's pretty crazy, like how many people go. I'm trying to think. Like, let's see. I'll look at it because it was. When was it? It was.
From my experience, even though I haven't been to Rhode Island yet, just looking at the lineup,
Mhm.
it's definitely a celebrity type con. So if
Yes.
you're looking to get something signed by a celebrity, this is a very good con. To get something signed. Um, I looked up the recent Rhode Island, and I believe the guy that played the Flash on TV, he canceled.
Yeah.
The guy Henry Winkler that played the Fonz, he canceled.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those two I really would love to have seen or met, and they're not showing up. I mean, the rest of the cast of Flash is going to be there. I'm definitely got to run into the guy that played Rad. He's definitely gonna be that. Definitely gonna get a sig from him.
Yeah.
You know,
They have a bunch of like they have a bunch of stuff like so just to give an idea of a couple of people that's there that are like, you know, bigger names, like they have Anthony Starr, who was you know, Homeland is gonna be there, Beverly D'Angelo. They even have like wrestlers that like you got Billy Gunn,
I think
Sting.
Ric Flair is supposed to be there.
Yeah, I think Sting and Ric Flair both gonna be there. Chris Jericho. And then they also had who I just saw, Charlie Cox.
Oh yeah,
And then Bryce Dallas Howard. So
the
it's
guy
just
that
like,
played Punisher, the guy that played Kingpin.
yeah,
There's so many. Like I said, this is a very heavy
they even got
duty
Gina Davis
celebrity
going.
type con, and I'm definitely gonna get well, I'm gonna try to get a sign from Dawson, Osaka. Dennis Rodman's supposed to be there.
I didn't see the Dennis Rodman's name.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Dennis Rodman's gonna be there.
Dude, that's so many people.
Let me tell you something. I never seen such a long line of celebrities. I think the only other place that came close was probably like MegaCon or something like that.
Yeah, I would say,
you know,
that's gotta be like, I would say maybe even like what
San Diego probably has a long
yeah. Oh my God, Punky Bruce is gonna be there.
Yeah,
That's
the girl, not
wow.
the Punky Bruce, the Punky Bruce's best friend. She's gonna be there. So you got both of them there. Yeah. When they get one celebrity of the show, they getting like multiple people of the same.
See, this
show
is why I couldn't go to this show, because do you know, like just in celebrity signatures and shit, like that would be crazy. But like I don't even like I would be scared to go, because it's like, I mean, you know how much money that is for every city? Oh my God.
I'm going all the time. Well, I'm going to work and to enjoy myself.
They even have what's the name? What's it called? Michael Coulter. So Luke Cage is gonna be there.
Yeah, the guy that played Luke Cage is gonna be there.
Pam Grier is gonna be there. Wow.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh, Marissa Tomei is gonna be there too.
Oh, she is. Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's a long list.
Well, good. So that I don't go into like massive debt. I'm glad I'm not going because
This,
oh my
this
god.
is what I'm. This is what I'm getting signed.
Uh-oh. Getting that Soko signed by Rosario Dawson?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. I have this one, which I just bought for signature, and I have one, the same book, already signed by John Tyson Christopher.
Mm-mm-mm.
So I'm figuring 2 SIGs on one book now. I think I'm gonna get 1 SIG with one book, another SIG on a different book. You know,
Dude,
I'll separate it.
all I can say is good luck. You know, I'm sure Capture will be there, so you know.
No, I'm working. Yeah, they will be there.
Yeah. So Capture will be there, so they'll be able to help you out with that and everything. Just because, I mean, with that many celebrities. No, this is what I will say. With that many celebrities there, you kind of need to have someone like working something like that, just because there's too many people. There's so much going on that it's just like, I mean, I'm just thinking about just out of the ordinary, like just people like Sting and Ric Flair, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, people are gonna go to see Ric Flair. Like you need to have a facilitator for that because that line's gonna be stupid.
Oh, you know what? The reason why she's gonna be really bad because she's only there for one day. She's only there for Saturday. So Friday she's not gonna be there. Saturday the only day she'll be there. Sunday. So can you imagine the line, the hecticness that's gonna happen that Saturday morning? The line's gonna be ridiculous. You know,
yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
She's only there for one day, and you know people are gonna be there to get her signature.
Oh, of course.
Hold on.
I mean, Rosario Dawson's a big deal. And she doesn't do as many cons as she used to.
It is in New York. It was great last year. I don't want to miss it this year. The Elite Comic Show.
Yeah, so it's kind of close to like it's something that's close to like this, and I think they also
New York State. Because I don't think I ever heard of it. New York City or New York State? Because there's a lot of shows that happen in New York State.
Oh, he's talking about Elite Comics 11. That's New York City, Queens. They do it.
Queens College. Oh, okay. Now I know what he's talking about. Okay, those guys. Yeah, they do the shows right. I think one time they did it at St. John's. They hold it at St. John's one year. Queens College. Yeah. They do theirs. They also know Queens Comics Party that does shows also. I know exactly who you're. Yeah, it's not a big show. It's one of those regular nice shows. Yeah, and that's actually in New York City. Yeah, Queens College. Yeah, that's if I'm in New York. You know, hopefully I'm in New York where I can go. You know, but I would have to drive all the way from here. Dude, it was a blast. Yeah, I know. I know exactly which guys you're talking about. It's great, bro.
Yeah, no, the Elite Comics.
But I got my hand. Listen, Terry, I got my hands full with massive shows already. And now they're throwing my schedule up in the air, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm really nervous to book any more other trips, man. I don't know what's gonna happen next year. Only the ones that are booked already.
Can't really count New Orleans as next year, even though it is. It's like the second week.
Well, they can't do nothing with me with that one either because I already got flight tickets and all that stuff. And the only other one that I'm actually already booked is Little Giants in April, and that's a weekend. So, whatever. I say who that had a nap? Yeah, he had a nap. He's all refreshed now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He was showing those books earlier. I did fall asleep. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I was out. I was in this chair. The only reason I woke up because the chair's not meant for sleeping on. No. so when I doze off for like 5 minutes, and I wake my ass up.
You'd be like Jigs and just fall asleep while the show's leading on.
Oh man,
that's another thing. I haven't seen Jigs in a long time. I don't know what happened to him. He didn't do his.
He might be in another country like he been.
Yeah, he travels. He takes off and disappears. He'll be back eventually. So not only do I have, this to get signed by her, I also have a Funko Pop, a Saka Funko Pop. So I think, and she's charging way too much. She's charging like $160. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to spend $300 some on 2 cigs. I think just on the book by itself should be enough.
I
Because I
mean,
still got a photo from that. He ain't much, but I definitely want to get a picture with him.
yeah, I was gonna say like, Marissa. I just looked up Marissa Tomei just to see, like she's $100 on a 8x10, and then all items is $120. So, I mean, that's kind of crazy that she is that price, and it's just like, I mean, I would argue that she's a bigger star.
I think if she was there for all 3 days, she probably would have lowered the price.
Probably, yeah.
For 3 days, but considering she's only been there for 1 day, she said, "Well, if I'm only going to be here for 1 day, let me raise the price a little bit to make the money for that 1 day, and then get the hell out of it."
You know what's crazy
on your CGC in-house? Nope, nothing yet. Hold on.
Oh wow.
Let me go take a quick look, and I'll let you know. Hold on a second. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. I don't know why I have to keep signing into my CGC. It doesn't stay on anymore. Used to it says keep me posted line, and it just whatever, it just keeps. All right. I mean, they received it. My in-house for Sean McFarlane on 10/15, which is what, 15 days ago, so a couple of weeks. Oh, that's that's when I told. Remember I had the conversation that I was sending in the CGC, and I send in my modern order and a vintage order. Well, I did add in 2 books for in-house signing, so it got checked in quicker, like I said. So I sent everything in 1 box. My in-house, they took that first, of course. So they took that they accepted it in 10/15, and then my other 2 orders, which was in the same box, they accepted it at 10/22. So they took it a week later, even though it was already there.
But at least they open it faster. I'll tell you that. That is a little trick.
The initials on the outside of the box, which I did.
Oh, yeah, wow. Like even for mechanical error, like if you get a book that has a mechanical error, you put ME on it, they open those quicker too. Because they tell you to put ME on it.
Yeah.
So like it's like certain little tricks in the trade, and then with the mechanical error stuff, it's even better. That's why it's kind of like it sucks when you have a mechanical error, but if you have more stuff to send to CGC, it's great because mechanical error gives you free shipping there.
That's true. That is.
Yeah. So like when that happens to me, I do get a little bummed, but then I look around and see what I could send. What I can send since I got free shipping.
That's the reason why I send all my orders in 1 shot. So I send in 3 orders in 1 box for 1 shipping cost. So I got my in-house, my modern, and my vintage.
Yeah.
What's up, John?
I got the insider trick. It is.
I get to see him at New Orleans in a couple of months also.
Oh yeah, Yahweh will be there too.
So Yahweh is coming. Is he confirmed,
yes,
or is he gonna change his mind again? Because we still got a long way to go. It's still 2 months away. Yahweh might say, "Well, some chaos."
We'll say it like this: he's currently confirmed.
Okay, but not for right now. It's something to change. Put it that way: something to change, just in case. Has to.
He's currently confirmed, which is good. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to it. It's more of a celebrity. They did announce something. Usually they have more than 1 wave of comic guests, but they announced the first wave of comic guests for New Orleans Fan Expo. I had shared it with you. Yeah, so they got.
I keep getting alerts from New Orleans, Philadelphia, and Chicago because those are all fan expos. Chicago Fan Expo, Philly Fan Expo, and New Orleans Fan Expo. And I'm trying to hit all 3 this year, so I signed up for the newsletter, for information. So all 3 of them, like, they keep hitting me at the same time. Like, whenever they have news, all 3 of them pop up. Like, all right, we got news here, we got news there, we got news there. I'm like, okay, let me check, let me see. Okay. So I've been to Chicago for C2E2 only, never for that. Of course I've been to Philly, but not for Philly show, and I never been to New Orleans, and I'm going. I'm hitting like hopefully four shows that I haven't gone to. I mean, New Orleans is next year, but Rhode Island's this year. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Next year, but 2 months away.
Time flying. It's the end of the year. It's coming around the corner. It's getting crazy.
Yeah, it's right here, man. It's just like
2026 is here.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you say it like it's like, oh, like next year, it's
no, a couple of months. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're on the last 2 pages of this one. It's almost done.
Yeah, I'm like, I booked these things so far in advance. Like, okay, like Little Giants, that's in April. I already booked it, and look how far in advance that I did it. Next year, I'm like, wow. Oh shit, it's here. Like I did the same thing with Rhode Island. I booked it so long ago, and Rhode Island's coming around the corner. It's just
and April is 5 months. It's not not even half a year.
Yeah,
April's 5 months.
Closer than you think.
Yeah, like it how doing that does make the time feel like it goes by fast.
Yeah,
it's but I know for me after New Orleans, like I don't have nothing else playing after New Orleans unless I get some tickets again to go to GalaxyCon in New Orleans, but next year is going to be kind of like my hiatus of going to any conventions away from me. But how far is like Georgia? Because Georgia has a lot of cons, a lot of shows. It's like a 8-hour drive. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, and they do some shows there.
Yeah, but we have a big family vacation. So it's like, I'm not really doing anything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So besides those two, and then Dallas changed their dates because of the World Cup, so I won't be going to Dallas next year.
Oh.
Yeah, they moved the Dallas Fan Expo is going to be in September, I think. So I won't be going there this year because that's school's in. So school's in and it's hurricane season, so I'm not going anywhere.
Hold on 1 second. I forgot to give information to people because I've been trying to do this on a regular basis, but sometimes I forget and I forgot. Hold on 1 second. Where we at? All right, for all you guys out there, look, I didn't even know this was going on. Today is November 1st, Saturday. So if you're in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, all right, the Pope Adventure Con is at the Shelton Buck County Langhorne going on. And then you got the Bronx Comic Show. Of course, that's in the Bronx at the Marriott in Bronx, New York. That's Lone Wolf and Streetside Anthony running that one. That's going on today. It's a one-day show. So if you guys got something to do, it's only 4:59. It's kind of late. Tulsa Comic Con is also this Saturday, today, at the Gateway Tulsa Event Center. So if you got something to do in Oklahoma, unless you're already there, you got the Wake Forest Comic Book Show Toy Expo 2025 at the Flaherty Park Community Center, Wake Forest, North Carolina. All right. Then you got the Military Heroes Con. That's two-day show. You got today and tomorrow at Lakeland Main Exchange. That is an Air Force base in Texas. All right. Then you got the Atlanta Comic Con. It's tomorrow. It's a one-day show for tomorrow in Atlanta, Marriott Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia. And that's the only shows that you have this weekend. Of course, coming up for next weekend, I might as well do it now because I'm going to be busy. I won't be able to do this. Amazing Art Expo in Cincinnati at the Graduate by Hilton Cincinnati in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's from the November 7th to the 9th. All right. Then you got Cape Con. That's also next weekend from the 7th to the 9th at the Show Me Center at Cape something, Missouri. I can't even pronounce that word. Starts with a G. Let's see. Another show, GalaxyCon in Milwaukee, was canceled. Sorry to hear that. Rhode Island Comic Con, of course, that's where I'll be. 7th from the 9th at the Providence, Rhode Island, the Rhode Island Convention Center. The Silicon Valley Phantom Con has been postponed. That's in San Jose, California. So sorry to hear about that one. from the 7th to the 9th, Twin City Con. That's in Minneapolis Convention Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So that's coming up next weekend. Cultures Hype Orlando. That's a one-day show, November 8th. I believe that's a Saturday at the Legacy Event Hall in Orlando, Florida. The one-day show. The Geek Girl Con. It's a 2-day show, the 8 and 9, which is a Saturday and Sunday at the Seattle Convention Center. That's in Seattle, Washington. Also, another 2-day con. Again, Military Heroes Con has been postponed at Fort Riley, Kansas. Sorry to hear that. NC Comic Con. That's November 8th and 9th, Saturday and Sunday. Durham Convention Center in Durham, North Carolina. Palm Con Treasure Coast. That's in Mid-Florida Credit Union Event Center in Port St. Lucie, Florida. That's from November 8th to the 9th. River Valley Comic Con, November 8th to the 9th at the K. Rogers Park Expo, Fort Smith, Arkansas. Rocky Mountain Con, 8th from the 9th, Ambassador Suite at Hilton Denver Central Park, Denver, Colorado. So those are your cons for the next following weekend. So if you're in those states, if you got something to do, go swing by, go enjoy yourself at those cons. So as you can see, there's always something going on. Let's see. Damn. Shook my head. What is ME? Who that with the insider tricks? Yes, it moves because the convention which con said it moved for renovations? Oh, it's one. I'm going to MegaCon this year. Did MegaCon pass already, or MegaCon still coming?
I'm talking about next year.
Oh, he's talking about next year. Okay. He said this year. That's what he wrote.
Oh, Dallas Fan Expo. Saying it's moved because of renovations?
Oh, I'm saying for renovations, not the World Cup.
I'm just going to all local cons because I don't have the money to go travel.
26 is next year, yeah. That's actually a pretty nice con. I did that once. I drove down with the family. I believe that was a 4-day con. I believe it's at the Orange Convention Center. My hotel was literally right across the street. And let me tell you something. I don't know how you guys down south could deal with it, because when I come out the hotel, with the sliding doors from the AC, and you get hit with that wall of heat that just wanted to knock you over, and then you're trying to walk in that sunlight just to walk across the street to get to the convention center, and you're like, oh God, I gotta make it. I gotta get across. It's so freaking hot, Then you finally get there, you get inside, and the AC hits you again, you get refreshed. You're like, oh man, let me tell you, that was not easy to get across the street. That's some heat down there. Let me tell you something. That's hot.
Yeah, I've never been up.
Like, oh man, I don't know how you guys can do it. That's crazy.
Oh, no way. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you, that place is so big. They have so much space that they didn't even use, that they can open up to make it extend the con. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. No, I was just looking at stories on Instagram, and my wife's cousin, her dad is making an outdoor ice skating rink for her son, because he plays hockey. So he's gonna have a place to practice. He's gonna have a little rink in his backyard that he can practice hockey, and that's pretty cool. That's why I said that. I was like, oh wow, I didn't see that happen. But like, there's a picture of Nathan, he's the little boy, and he's on the tractor with his grandfather, and they're just moving the dirt. So there's gonna be an ice rink in their backyard.
Yeah, down up north, like in Minnesota and stuff like that, they can build like lakes, and it'll freeze up, and then they can ice skate and all that stuff up there.
Yep,
it's crazy.
They live in New Hampshire, so but they do it out here too.
Yeah,
my friend Chuck.
What movie was that? Was it the Mighty Ducks?
Mm-hmm.
The guy was the refrain. He was driving his car on top of the ice and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how cold it gets.
My friend Chuck used to do that. Like when we were in elementary school, his backyard they used to take, and he had a small backyard. Like he lived in the city, but like they used to put up boards, and then his rink was like tiny, but still. And he would just go out there and like he would just shoot at the net that he had and everything like that, and that's what he would do. And he would skate up and down the little patch of ice that he had in his backyard. But yeah, it can be done. It gets cold enough up here that anybody can just make an ice skating rink if you have the room. You can do it.
Yeah, it's getting a little chilly up here. I gotta put the heat on.
It was cold last night, man. It was like even though it said it was 45 degrees, which that's not necessarily cold for me, but like the wind was out of control.
Look what I have on down in Louisiana.
Yeah,
long sleeve shirt. Wow. Yeah,
no, that like the winter is it's showing its face. It hasn't done it yet, but like
that wind was brutal yesterday. I mean,
yeah, it was bad.
Well, I was like, branches. I was driving outside and you could see branches that fell across the road, man. Big branches, and I'm like, wow, it was pretty bad.
I was wondering because we had so I don't know if you had it down by you, but we had on Thursday night from about 7 o'clock all the way to like 6 a.m. Friday, it was just torrential downpour, and then we got the wind, and I was like, oh, is that the leftover from the hurricane that hit? Just because that's usually what happens is that like, when there's a hurricane down in like that Gulf area, it usually comes up, and we get like the remnants of it, but. It was windy.
No, we got pounded with rain too. But I was in New York. I was home, and I was watching videos in New York how a lot of the streets were flooded.
Mm-hmm.
It was flooded. The trains were getting rain was going into the train station.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, the streets were actually flooded. And there was one where a city bus and the water's actually pouring into the bus, and everybody's like climbing on top of the seats, so they don't get wet. It was pretty bad. I'm like, damn, it got bad like that.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy.
It can be like that. Like everything is just like, it's so crazy. Like just thinking about that, just because I mean, we're like 2 months, basically now like 3 months removed from the summertime, and it's just like I mean,
daylight, right? The daylight has been changing.
Yeah.
Actually, was it tomorrow? Tomorrow they're changing the time.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow we get the hour back.
Yeah. So I have to work tomorrow. I have to pack everything. I haven't even packed anything yet. And it's already 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna be doing everything last minute. And I gotta pack 2 suitcases. I gotta pack all my stuff. I gotta make sure I bring everything. This is nuts. Yeah, I had to do this video. I still got a couple of more other videos I gotta do. Just trying to find the time. I ain't gonna be home for over a week. So see what happened. Terry's still in there. Are you going to Rhode Island? I don't know if he said he was or not.
No, he said he had to work, so he's not going to be around.
He had to work. Right. He's going to be a Little Giants, though. He'll be a Little Giants.
Yeah.
Are you going to 3-man comic swap or what?
I'm going to try to. It depends on if I'm able to work on an event for my job, just because what happens is that we end up so basically like the different events that happen throughout the year, we are required to work at least one of those as staff of the university. But normally that ends up defaulting to commencement, and they always have commencement on the same day as the swap. So if I can get to work an event that's not commencement, then yes, I would do my best to make it down there to go to the swap, just because I like the swap. Not even just not necessarily for buying books, but just for hanging out with everybody. Like that's the best part of the swap.
Yeah, I think they're doing a comic crawl.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make that one. Of course, every time they pick a comic crawl, it's always a day where I'm working. I only been to one, that third one that they ever did. That's the only one that I was available to go.
Yeah, the 3 Men in a Basement is usually in and around May 20th. The reason I know that is because it's right around my anniversary every year, and that's when we have commencement.
Oh, no,
it's right around that point.
I already put the date for next year on my phone. Give me a second. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. A second.
Like it's
They
always on a
they do a comic swap and they do a comic crawl, so don't get it confused, Terry.
yeah.
No, you know what? I didn't put on my phone. I put Little Giants on my phone in April.
I mean I can let's see.
I didn't write it down because I don't know if I was gonna make it or not. That's why I didn't write it. Little Giants, I'm going because I already booked it.
I can tell you that I'm gonna sit there and look at the academic calendar of my university now and see. Just because they usually have it listed. So so the actual commencement looks like it's gonna be May 16th. So I'm going to assume that it's going to end up being that Saturday that the swap should be. I mean, they'll confirm it to you, but I'm going to assume that's when it is, just because it usually falls on that for me.
Yeah, time. I would say so because that Saturday I'm off. That's why I was debating if I was going to go or not. So yeah, it probably will be the 16th. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it because I'm working the night. I'm working the night shifts. I'll be finishing at night. Yeah, no, yeah, I could still probably make it. I don't know but then again. In 2 weeks after that, I'm looking to go to Philly Con. That's the thing. I'm going to too many shows, and so I have to miss out on
itinerary, man. Huh? You got a crazy itinerary.
Let me tell you right now. This is what I'm looking to do for 2026. Hold on. All right. So New Orleans in January, which I'm already booked. I'm going. That's in January. Okay, and then the next one is going to be in April, which is Little Giants. All right. Did I pass that one? Yep. No. Okay. Let me get it down. No, it's Little Giants, then Philly in May. Did I pass? Chicago Fan Expo's in August. Where the hell is C2E2? Did I pass him? I know I must have put C2E2 in this. Oh, yeah, I did pass it. So C2E2 in March. There you go. I know it's there. I blew right by it. So New Orleans in January. C2E2 in March. Little Giants in April. Philly Fan Expo in May. And then Chicago Fan Expo in August, and that's all I got.
You doing Chicago in August, and then also going to do Terrificon too?
Yeah. Terrificon. I'm sorry. I do have Terrificon in August. Yeah. I got Terrificon first.
You're a maniac.
But after that, yeah. So I got 2 cons back to back.
God, wait. That right there is that's commitment. That's commitment to collecting. Man, I couldn't do that many shows in a year. Even if they were local shows, it's like that. That's a lot. Just because I'm thinking about like money wise and everything, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
You're breaking up like crazy. I can't understand what you're saying. I think we may have lost B. Oh, we did. We lost BLC. Oh, that's kind of strange. It's his show. He'll be back. But technical difficulties. But as he's going through his, you know what happened is all them shows overloaded his phone. He's like, all right, we're going here and here and here and what else? And what else are we doing? Like, but yeah, that's dedication to collecting, man. To hit all those conventions, that's crazy. And I know some of them he's actually working too. So it's not just just one thing, but that's so many shows, so much travel. But if you can do it, why not? You just wait for him to come back. Hopefully it's not something like his battery died or something like that, or you can just plug it in and then bring it back. But For those new viewers, I am not Big Lion Cat. I am Boston Chris Comics. Big Lion Cat will be back in a moment while he figures out his technical difficulties that he's having. Had a little bit of an internet hiccup. So I'm not really sure of a. Yeah, he's taking a plane. Well, for some of them shows, other ones he's driving. So, but I mean, he drove to Heroes. He said, yeah, you gotta pack the kids up. Let's, we gotta drive back. So he drove to Heroes. That's North Carolina, and then drove back home. He drives to Terrificon, all the way to Connecticut. He's, I think, driving to Little Giant. So that's from Pennsylvania to New Hampshire. So he's putting some miles in that car. Well, it's probably multiple cars by now. A lot of miles, a lot of travel, and that's all well and good. My first actual convention I ever took a plane to was Heroes. That was fun. I definitely am thinking 2027, maybe, just maybe, Baltimore. We'll see. We'll see how everything looks, but definitely want to do Baltimore at some point. I don't know about C2E2. I don't. For some reason, C2E2 just doesn't. It doesn't seem like it's one that I would, really want to travel to. I've never been, but yeah, BLC. He had a issue where his internet was kind of breaking up on him, so he's I guess dealing with that. So I don't know if he was on his phone or his computer. I'm thinking it might have been maybe his phone and maybe it died. So at this point, I'm just kind of talking, saying my own thing. Actually, it's kind of funny. Who that's sitting there typing in, but he's right there. Oh, right there. There he is. He's right over there. Just hasn't unmuted himself. But yeah, like I'm looking to go to conventions I've never been to, so I'm kind of making a list. I don't know if I'll ever do MegaCon. Just trying to figure out like just get some information and figure out like which ones I want to go to, which ones I don't. Baltimore, it seems like it's a very comic heavy show, so I wanted to go to Baltimore. There he is. Well, sort of. He looks a little frozen.
Oh, I'm here.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, for some reason the whole internet went down. Took me a while to get back up. I don't know. Maybe a branch fell out there. Who the hell knows what happened?
It could be the wind and stuff. You never know. Yeah, like if it's still stormy out there, man.
Windy here, and maybe a tree branch hit or something. Because not everybody. All my grandkids came running out. Like, Grandpa, the internet went down. I'm like, I know it went down. I just got kicked off my show. Says I don't know when it gets back up, and so I just hit the button and just kept letting spin until it went through this whole system thing. I'm back.
Yeah, we were just talking about how you have a crazy travel for next year. And I was saying, for me, I think maybe not next year, but 2027 probably do Baltimore because I've never been, and then just seeing what other conventions I want to go to that I've never been to. Not sure about C2E2, and I don't know about MegaCon just yet, but we'll see. Maybe to be honest with you, I don't think I'll ever do New York. Even though I love New York Comic Con, I don't think I'll ever do New York Comic Con because it just seems like it's just overwhelmingly big.
If you're gonna do New York, at least go on a Thursday if you can. Don't do Saturday. Saturday's the worst day. Saturday's when it's packed the most. Friday ain't too bad. Thursday's good, and Sunday's also a good day because a lot of people already went the 3 days, and people will probably show up if they'll leave early. Baltimore is like Heroes. Entry room wise. The C2E2 is also a very big, nice place to go. A lot of exclusives at that con. Not too bad. Mega, like I said, the year I went, there was a whole section where it was they just had curtains that was like they wasn't even using the space. This place was so big. So good show. But I'm looking at Terry says at least he's taking a plane now and not driving all over. Not listen, I was thinking about driving because it probably would have been cheaper for me to drive. And I looked at the route. It wouldn't have been that it's like I drive to Charlotte and then I look from there on continuing on to get to New Orleans. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I
no, there's no
think
way, dude.
I can probably do it. I could probably do it.
If you drive,
But I
if
was
you
like,
drive from Pennsylvania to New Orleans, that's gonna take you a week just to drive that, man.
man, I drove from New York to Florida in one day.
That's because you're crazy. And your truck, like you say, your truck probably has 500,000 miles on it. Just like, yeah, we put another, yeah, we put another 100,000 on. Wait,
Just
what
to
else?
drove 12 hours for a show. That's amazing. Did I? No. Well, I mean, MegaCon was long, but from my house to Charlotte is what 9 hours. To Chicago from my house was about 8. To New Hampshire, I would say 5 to 6, maybe less. So yeah, no, yeah, I'm
That's
back.
crazy, man. I mean, it's great driving. I think the furthest I've ever, like traveled, down like driving was me, Amazing Murphinator, and his buddy Sean went to King Con, and so I was in New Jersey, in Iceland, New Jersey. So like we drove down there. That was a few hours. That was like maybe I think like either 3 or 4 hour drive. From there, and it was funny because like Murph is a nice dude, but like Murph also gets kind of like he just gets cramped up driving like that. So he's like, "Argh," and then so like at one point he was just like, he's fucking bullshit. And then we're sitting there driving, and there was an accident, and so everything's like now slowed down to a crawl. He's like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, he's just mad as shit. I'm like, I was like, can we move on? I'm trapped in here with him. Can we keep going? Because this guy's more dangerous than
Wait. Was he actually driving or like in the passenger?
Oh, he was driving. He drove down. We drove down. It was fine. Coming back, I think we're outside of New York City, and there was an accident, and that shit went slow down to a halt. And then there was like another accident that had another slowdown. I want to say going into Rhode Island. He was just like he just had enough of being sitting in the car for a while. He was just freaking out, but he was cool. Like overall, he had a good time.
That's the thing about driving from New York to Massachusetts. If you got to go through Connecticut or whatever, Jersey and stuff like that, it's always you're gonna hit something that drives you up the wall, especially when guys get in your way and the people go slow. This kind of thing. But when I'm driving from my house to Charlotte, it's like the back road highway. You don't go through cities. You go through pretty much just trees, just nonstop, just trees. So traffic moves pretty well, unless there's either construction or somebody had an accident. But pretty much it really runs smoothly. When I go to Chicago, pretty much the same thing. I drive mostly through Pennsylvania because I'm on one side, and I gotta drive actually across Pennsylvania from east to west, and it's just hills and trees. Then I get into Ohio, and again it's just open roadway, and then I get into Illinois and Indiana. But again, the trip is not that bad. But I avoided when I go to Little Giants. I avoid going through Connecticut because I can't stand Connecticut people.
That's the worst part. If you're driving from so even coming from Massachusetts to New York, if you use I-90, I-90 is great going through Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and then for whatever reason it decides it has to go all the way across fucking Connecticut, and then be like, all right, now we'll drop you in New York, and it's just like, so I have to cut across this entire state like this. Like, why can't you just take me out the back side? Why can't we just kind of go like through the end of it? Nope. You got to go all the way across Connecticut. They really want you to go to Connecticut.
I go to Little Giants. I go my own way. I don't go by what the GPS says. I go through 84, which is going north through PA. And then I cross the border from PA into New York. So I don't even touch Jersey. And then I go across on 84, and then I get to I-87, and I take I-87 straight up north to Albany. Then from Albany, I take 6, and I go across through Vermont to New Hampshire. I avoid Connecticut all the way. I refuse to drive through Connecticut. It is so,
That's gotta
and
save
that's
time
the
too.
mountain area. It's just a 2-lane road, one way this way, up and down mountain. No street lights, just just driving. You got the creeks against the side of the road. All you see is just trees and stuff, and it's just smooth riding through the whole thing. I mean, you go through little towns where they have the gas station if you have to get gas or use the bathroom or get something to eat, but it's a peaceful ride. You know what I'm saying? It runs
Yeah.
smooth. All right. I hate going through Connecticut. Connecticut has just wait. No matter which road you take. I take 84 in Connecticut. Like I'm trying to get to the borderline where it hits New York in 84. Always traffic there. Always traffic. I don't know what it is, but it ain't going through 84. It's like they get off that to another highway, and that's where all the traffic is going. But it's backed up for miles. I'm like, I just get sick and tired of it. No matter if you take 95, 95 in downtown is bad too. It's just horrible. No matter what time you go. I've gone through there like 11:30 at night and still hate traffic in Connecticut. I'm like, where are all these cars coming from? Like, oh my God. It's a nightmare. I don't know.
Yeah. It's funny because I just open up Google Maps to see like how I could do it to avoid Connecticut altogether. And I could do it. I just got to drive all the way across Massachusetts. So.
Well, I have to take 95 when I leave here to go to Rhode Island because it's right there. I'm in New York. I got no way of doing it. So then I start to think. I said, all right, when Rhode Island's over on Sunday, how am I going to get home? I don't want to take 95 back. Because 95 back on Sunday, it's going to be horrible. So I looked, and I'm looking at Route 6. And Route 6 looks like a regular roadway that goes through mountain or whatever. And it goes straight across through Connecticut. And if you keep following it across, it'll run into 84 eventually. Then I'll jump on 84, and I'll still probably hit traffic again in some places. But then once I get to that, I know where the traffic is going to be. But once I get to that one point, get into New York, and it's wide open from there on. From there on, I go past 87 through the back road. It's wide open. Wide open. And then I go home. Bill, what did it say? Terry says I got what? He has $500 by now. Well, I got rid of my truck. I had to get another one, and that truck had 380,000 miles on it, and I got rid of it before it got to that bad. It was starting to have issues. Strange dog, what's going on?
Yeah. I have to say it is kind of funny because I guess trying to avoid Connecticut driving to New York is like it adds like another hour, which is annoying. So it's just like I just hate going across Connecticut. It's just like every time I do it, it seems like it's always backed up.
You save money because you're only paying on gas. It ain't that bad, and you get to carry more stuff with you in your car that you need. And if you buy more stuff, you got the room. And you have a car access with you when you're there. You don't have to rent the car.
Oh yeah, there's no like I remember that with Heroes just being like worrying about how much stuff. I mean, obviously, I wasn't trying to come back with tons, but it was like I factored that in. Where it's like if I end up buying a lot of like small stuff, like let's say like let's say you end up having like a short box full of books that you're taking back with you. You can't fit that in your luggage. I'd probably have to ship that while I'm down there, and then wait for it to come out.
Well, I mean, a short box you could take with you on the plane. You could just put in the overhead bin. It's gonna fit.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like doing all that, going to an airport and all that jazz.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about the airport. You're paying for a ticket, right? Then you got to pay if you're taking an extra check-in bag. You got to pay extra for that. All right, extra when you're going. Right, and then you got to pay for a cab from the service from the airport to the hotel and back again. So if you add all that up, and then you add up, all right, well, how much is going to cost me in gas going and coming back, and then you compared to your round trip ticket, it's cheaper to drive. To tell you the truth, it's cheaper to drive. You just have to spend more time. If you have the time, it'll work out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing too is that I think what flying gets you is peace of mind. But the thing is that it's different. Like if you're going and knowing you're bringing things back, because usually when you go to a vacation, you're not usually bringing stuff back. You just you have your clothes. That's about it. And then if anything, you leave with what you came back with. Maybe like one or two things, but in a convention, it's like, oh, like I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff. It's like, okay, like I would say this much, like for Baltimore, I know that if I go, like, and some people are like, well, you could take a plane, I could, or you could take a train down. Which I mean, I may actually consider that, just because the fact is that, like, I can just fit a bunch of stuff in my luggage and not worry about anything. I don't have to worry about it being too heavy or anything like that. I just put it in and then take the train back. The only problem is I have never looked into how long of a trip it is by train. I remember going to like one year we went to Virginia, and that was like something like 12 hours. And so it's like, well, that might be kind of a pain, but I wouldn't worry about it, just because in terms of getting home, I mean, it's just like I definitely take the next day off. So it's just like, even if I get home late, it's just like, it's whatever.
The only thing about driving, I mean, this will also affect when you're flying, the weather. If it's a nice dry day weather-wise, yeah, it's a good ride. But if you have to, drive through a rainstorm and this, that thing, it gets pretty bad. But whenever I drive anywhere, I leave like early in the morning before even the sun comes up. I've done was Dorchester, Maine to Tennessee for a collection. Oh wow, he drove away. See, he drove away to Tennessee, and Tennessee is almost getting to Louisiana. I think it's one state over.
You drove all the way to Tennessee for a collection. That's got to be.
See, he can't judge. I can't judge.
I mean,
listen. I looked at the route from my house to get to New Orleans. All right, it's this almost the same route as I would take going to North Carolina, and the only difference is when I'm coming down 81, instead of changing from 81 to 77, which 77 takes you into Charlotte, North Carolina, I stay on 81, and 81 will continue on to Virginia, which is not that much more to get to the borderline of Virginia to the next state. And I don't know which one. What is the next state after that one? I'll have to look at the map. I don't know if it's Tennessee or not. But is it Mississippi? I think is it Mississippi or Tennessee? Then get to Tennessee, then New Orleans. I think.
Might be, yeah. Because hold on, yeah, you got Tennessee. So let's see, Tennessee, then Mississippi, then New Orleans. So you got to cut either Mississippi or Arkansas. Like that's where. I mean, but if you're going to New Orleans, like if you're going to Louisiana, like you can cut through either Arkansas or Mississippi. But if you're going to New Orleans, you got to cut through Mississippi.
You gotta go. You go into New Orleans, you gotta go through Mississippi. There's no ifs and buts about
it.
Yeah.
So
unless you're coming from north, like Arkansas, Dallas, like Texas area. If you're coming that way, no, you don't. You don't have to get. You don't have to go through.
No, I'm talking about my direction. I would take 81. 81. I know from Virginia, it's going to either hit either Arkansas or Tennessee or something like that. Then Mississippi to New Orleans, something like that. I looked at the route. I mean, it's. I
know. I-10 goes through New Orleans. Other interstates we have is 55. I think 5549 or something like that.
Hold on.
We only have one that goes through the state. It's like I-10. I think we got 5549. I think. But yeah, depending on where you're coming from. You come from Tennessee, you don't have to go through Mississippi. You go straight down through Baton Rouge all the way down, and you hit New Orleans.
Hold on one second. I'll tell you right now. Give me 1 second. I'm looking it up.
But it depends on how you're coming in and where you're coming in.
All right, I'm looking at 81. All right, so if I stay on 81, right? So it'll take me from Virginia into Tennessee. All right, 81 will go into Knoxville, and then from Knoxville, I will be taking Interstate 75.
The 75 turn into 55 down here,
and then it'll turn into 75 will turn into 59.
Oh, 59. All right.
Then 59 will turn into it looks like they 59 and 20 share the same road. and then it'll be 59. Yeah, all the way down.
Yeah, you take 59 all the way down.
Yeah, so
Eventually,
it
you
goes to
have to.
Tennessee, then Alabama, then Mississippi, then yeah. Yep. So from 81 to 75 to 59, all the way into Louisiana, from what I can see. That'll be my route that I would take. And I drove into 81 to where it turns into 77 to go to Charlotte. And it's not that much different time to get in Tennessee from 81. I'll be in Tennessee real quick. And then it's really not that long of a trip to get through Tennessee. Tennessee is not that long. Once you get to Alabama, Alabama is a good long stretch, and then go through Mississippi and then Louisiana.
Yeah, it's because how the states are. Like Tennessee, I've driven it. I haven't personally, but cousin got married in Tennessee. We drove up there. It wasn't a bad drive.
Yeah.
But Tennessee's a long, like, what is it, horizontal state.
The good thing
So,
is
yeah.
that the roads that I be taking actually go southwest, like an angle. So while you're going south, you're going west at the same time. So it's not like you're going straight south. You're actually going already in an angle, so you're saving time that you don't have to go like south and then west and then south again. You're actually going southwest all the way down from Virginia. From Virginia, it just goes southwest all the way down. Uh, Once you get to like Mississippi, it goes more north, southerly, I should say. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I drove to Florida, so if I drove, I would have definitely. If it takes me 9 hours to get to Charlotte, in 9 hours I would be in Tennessee already.
What is it's like what, like 16 hours probably get here?
I would say so. I would say if I drove straight, it'd be about 16 hours. Yeah, depending on traffic. And pretty sure the roads down south are probably more wide open than up north.
It depends. It depends. We have a lot of interstate that is 2 lanes.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah. Well, I shouldn't say 2 lanes. They expanded it. It's like three, but it's something we don't have no 5 or 6 lanes. Now
Well, no,
Atlanta does. Atlanta has like a lot.
I mean, 81 is just 2 lanes. I mean, it's not that wide. It's either two or three. It ain't that wide. It's just I'm talking about traffic wise. Like, there's not really.
Oh,
It,
yeah.
it, it
Traffic depends on certain areas down here. Like,
yeah, it just moves. That's what I'm saying. For like I said, I would do great timing to get to New Orleans. But that would be the route that I would take. Yeah.
yeah, it is at certain times, like rush hour, morning. It's a little traffic wise, because we don't have a lot of lanes. So once one lane gets shut down, it bottles everything
Yeah.
in.
Well, it's
But
too late.
yeah,
It's too late for me to change my mind to driving. I decided to take the plane. So, and then I can do about that. See how it goes.
yeah, you'll be good. The plane's easy. The funny thing is the airport is not in New Orleans. I don't know if you know that.
Wait, Terry says, BLC, have you worked for UPS or FedEx in the past? You love to drive. No, I used to be a bus driver, Terry. I used to be a chartered bus driver. I used to drive all over the place for different type of reasons. Driving a bus, taking people for whatever type of, whatever they rented the bus for. Weddings, funerals, trips, college trips, skiing trips, tours, shopping, amusement parks, sports events, casinos, whatever they rent the bus for. And I drove a bus. Uh, I think I did a church trip, 7 days in Toronto. That was probably the northest part that I've been to. I took people from the airport from JFK to like the other, like almost to Pittsburgh. They got off the plane. They all were going home. I did college trips from Long Island to Virginia. They were doing college trips. I did that. But yeah, driving to me is I like driving. Oh, I just don't like traffic. As long as the roads are open and you drive, yeah, you're good. Nice. You know, some roads for sure. Yeah, yeah. Uh, One time I got pulled over in Atlantic City. Was it Atlantic City? In Atlantic City, I was driving down Drama Street and I was trying to get to a casino, drop off my passengers, and I got pulled over. And the cop tells me, it says that there's certain roads that the charter buses are supposed to take to get to the hotels. I said, well, I don't see no signs. He tells me, well, you should know. So I'm like, how am I supposed to know something that that it's not in the rule book? It's not like where I'm supposed to find this information. Like there's supposed to be certain roads. I mean, I didn't see anything. Didn't say nothing about no buses or commercial or anything. I'm supposed to know this. He tells me. I mean, who knows? It is what it is. I mean, there's certain other times that I like driving. It does have its benefits, like going into the city from New Jersey as a charter bus. You could take the bus lanes, because it's for buses only. So a lot of it's commercial transit buses that take it. But if you're driving a bus, you're allowed to take it. Driving down New York City, they have only bus lanes now. It says only buses, so that means I'm allowed. If you're driving a bus, you're allowed to drive down those. So it does have its benefits. So it ain't too bad. Yeah. I've been all over.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
I drove probably every northern state and everything on the East Coast. I've well, not just drive a bus, but drive my car. So I probably hit every state on the East Coast. So now I extended it because once I went to Chicago, I went through Ohio, Illinois, Indiana to get to Chicago. And when I drive to Charlotte, drove through West Virginia, Maryland, DC and all that stuff. So basically, yeah, almost every state on the West Coast I drove through. The only thing is, like I said, the farthest I got was Chicago. But I would like to drive, more. Again, it's nice when you go in your car. I mean, it's a lot of mileage, but it's more fun. Yeah, it's more scenic. It's more scenic. I wouldn't mind. I seen the people taking like those Amtrak rides. You can take from Chicago all the way to Florida. You could take a train from here to the West Coast and stuff. They go through a lot of mountain areas, a lot of not scenic routes. It's a longer ride, but you get more of a scenic type thing. You're on the train. I mean, that's if you like to be on a train that long. I mean, of course, everybody wants to get there quick. The plane's the fastest. Get on the plane, get there, get off. You're done. So it is what it is. So I can't wait.
Yeah, it just sounds like a fun time. I know for me, like going to shows that I've never been to, it is really a fun thing. And the ones that you do go to, the ones that you make your staples, I mean, those are always great to go to. But like, yeah, getting to see like new places is always fun. So, and I mean, even if you like to drive and everything like that, that's part of the adventure is being able to be like, all right, I've never driven.
Taking a risk with your car, getting a flat or breaking down. But again, you have access to your car, the real one. But again, weather-wise and stuff, it's all right. I mean,
yeah. Well, and the thing too is that like like you can kind of see everything going ahead. So it's like, all right, I mean, going in like when you're going, where you're going. So going to New Orleans, you know what I mean? That's what January, right? New Orleans.
What? New Orleans, yes, it's in January, yes.
So I mean, like if you're gonna need extra time coming in and out of Pennsylvania, if it's snowing out and stuff like that. But then on the way down, it's like, well, once you get past a certain area, there's no more snow, so it'd be smooth ride up.
Was around December time. My nephew was coming from North Carolina. He was taking the bus, and we were getting hit with a snowstorm. And he was showing us pictures of North Carolina, on the road, heading up. Sun not nothing, just a clear sunny day,
Oh yeah.
and we're getting hit with massive snow. So me and my wife decided to drive down to Philly to get him. I think the bus changes at Philly, so we figured, we're gonna save him the trip because it was getting bad. So we drove all the way down to Philly. I mean, the roads were bad. It was coming down. There was a bus that a tree fell on top of it. That's how bad it was. It was really bad. And we said, you know what, we're not gonna make it home. So I booked a hotel room. I found one. This and I think his bus didn't even make it to Philly. His bus turned around and went back. I think it got far as either DC or Maryland, one of the two. That's the farthest it got. He said it was so bad the traffic wasn't moving. Traffic was just backed up. We had to wait. And there was people out of town, and they were all
I think the wind's kicking in again.
Yeah, the sun came out. We drove from Philly into Maryland, and this time he was on a train. They gave him a voucher. He was on a train. We picked him up from there, and then we drove home. When we got home, the roads here was bad. You couldn't even drive down it. There was man. It was bad. I don't know how I got to my house. I had to sneak around all the cars that were buried. I got here. The next day it was all cleaned up. It only took a day.
Yeah.
Just the parallel stuff. I never seen the roads like that before. That was the first time. And they do one hell of a job out here to keep it clean. So you can just imagine how much snow must have came down where it got out of hand and how the storm was. But it was brutal. But yeah, it is what it is. Whenever I go on a con trip, I'm an early bird. I get up early, mad early, like depending how like I'm gonna drive. Like if I'm going, let's say I'm going to Charlotte the Heroes Con, right? And I want to get there like Thursday. All right. So I remember the last time it can be fun now. I'll be leaving. I don't know, 3, 4 back to the
The internet is struggling. Uh-oh. I think they got him again. I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. And down goes Fraser. The internet is down again. A big lion cat. Yeah, I'm assuming it must be like really windy or storming over where he's at, just because usually that's what happens when things get rough. It's like, oh, lose everything. So, but I feel bad for him though, because he's always in the middle of a story, and then all of a sudden, boop, gone internet. But we'll give it a couple minutes. He'll be back. I'm going to end up taking off when he does come back, just because I got to go and do a couple things. So, but, man, trying to think what else we got going on. Like, outside of comics and stuff, for me, I'm no more conventions for me and all that. But I do know that the comic book community awards is tonight. So if you're looking to see more about that, I think it's on Brian LCS's channel and probably a few others. 9:00. So you go ahead and check that out and see who the community picked to be the award winners. That'll be fun. I know that I voted. I didn't, voted well back when they first announced the finalists. So I actually don't remember everybody who's in the categories and all the rest, just because it was such a long time ago. But I'll be watching. I'll check it out. As far as I would say Halloween, how everybody had a good time. I hope everybody had a good time yesterday. My daughter went out trick-or-treating, had fun. I passed out candy. It wasn't as many people that came through that I was hoping. I was hoping to see, just because it was a Friday, I was hoping to see a lot more people come through. So, give out more candy. We have a little bit of candy left over, but, everybody was, just doing their thing. But, so Halloween was kind of a quiet night for us. Wasn't anything crazy. Wasn't anything great, but, could have been better. But not looking forward to anything else going forward. And Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then the New Year. People ask me questions. Anyway, so actually, to go along with the year coming to a close, we get to hopefully get. I want to see if I can make one request of the community. I would like to see everybody's kind of year in review, like what books you got, what were your best pickups, what you really enjoyed about this year. Just because I find that to be like kind of the most fun thing. Like seeing everybody's hauls and stuff is good. And then, having people come back and be, hey, like I picked up this, and this. I got my grill this year. I did this. I did that. Like, I can tell you one channel that's going to have a great year in review if he does it. It's going to be Lunch Money Comics. Lunch Money Comics got a bunch of really, really, really cool stuff this year. And his recap of the year is going to be fun to watch. So definitely looking forward to that. My recap should be pretty good. I was slow about posting my hauls and stuff. I really haven't posted much of my hauls, but I do have stuff. And then I'll go ahead and do an update to my top list and all the rest of it, and try to be a little bit more active on here. It's just it's tough to kind of find the time and everything, but I'll go ahead and do that. And actually, what stopped my momentum a little bit with making more videos and things is StreamYard decided to change how they did things. So, unless you're on the paid version, you can't use videos and stuff like that. So the intro that I made for the Fantastic Forum and stuff like that, I can't play that because I'm not a paid member. Isn't that stupid? But, oh well. I'll look into it because I know they have that Black Friday deal and see if that's going to be, something that's not terrible. And if it's not, then, hey, I'll do it. And, maybe be a little bit more active, have more stuff to show, and I'll be on more and do more on my own channel. But for now, just kind of enjoying being on other people's channels and stuff. Yeah, it's dumb. I find that to be really ridiculous that you have to pay money to be able to do something that was functional forever up until this year they decided to change it all. It's really dumb, but whatever. I mean, at some point somebody could probably make a new platform where you can do all that stuff and not have to worry, but we'll see. I'm not worried about it because,
What time do you want to go?
I don't know, we can go soon.
Well, because it's 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Hungry.
All right. I'm getting yelled at by my wife. She's hungry. So that's what I was saying. Get stuff to do. So we're going to go get something to eat. But we're looking to go out to eat. So she's like, when do you want to do that? So, but I don't want to leave BLC's show hostless as he's getting his internet going again. But anyway, but yeah, no, that I found to be really ridiculous. But it's all right. I mean, I think that eventually some new form will come along as far as being able to host and stream on YouTube, and then maybe they'll be a little bit more accommodating to people that are willing to go with the free method or whatever, or not try to strong on people into having a subscription. I don't know. Oh, I'm safe. I'm very safe. She's just like, when are we going? I don't know. We'll go. But Ugh. You know what I haven't been doing as much, and I haven't just had the time to really do it, is I haven't been going to local shops as much. I went to a local shop a couple times, but I haven't gone to many. I've basically done a lot of conventions and stuff like that, convention shopping and stuff, but I haven't done much at LCSs. And you know, I've been to a couple. I've been a couple times, but for the most part, I've just kind of been, just kind of hanging back and just taking my time. You know, and one of them I found changed hands. Like there used to be a New England Comics in Malden, and it's no longer New England Comics. It's like it's got some weird name. This is like like Divinity Comics or some weird thing. But like I guess like it got sold last year. I had no idea. I was like, oh wow. So for New England Comics, I think there's only Brockton. The Quincy, and I want to say maybe Brookline. I don't really know. Yes, I have. So Harrison's is one of the shops I actually went to and checked out. I went for the first time, I think in like February. It wasn't bad. It's a really big shop, and it's got a lot going on there. And then I went back a couple weeks ago because there was a book. There was a book that I wanted to get, but I didn't. I was looking for it, and I sometimes do this where I'll go ahead and I'll take, like, if there's a book I like or a book I want, and I want to like and I can't get it at the time, or just whatever reason, I just want to make sure and see if I can find it again. I'll take it and I'll put it in a spot that has nothing to do with it, and then I'll go back to that spot and I'll try to see if I can find it, see if somebody either pulled it out or put it back in a different spot, or just and I did that with that book. I knew there was a Futurama book that I wanted, and I just didn't have the time to get it at the time that I was there. So I was like, all right, hold on, let me put this over here. And so it was there, and I was like, oh, perfect. I was like, it's still here. So I went and I got it, and I was like, thank you. I was like, this is it. Harrison's is a good shop. Harrison's has a really, really good, they have a ton of long boxes. Like if you're going to go digging, you will be digging for a long time. Like there's a lot there. But the thing I would say, they have their wall section or behind the counter section. They have a ton of stuff back there too. Some really good books, some, kind of very pricey and overpriced, but some, they have some stuff that like I've never seen before back then. Some stuff that's like, wow, like, you actually have this. This is pretty crazy. So Harrison's is not a bad shop to hit up if you're ever, if you're not, if you're a Halloween person and you have ever had the idea to go to Salem for Halloween. Harrison's is located right in Salem. So I know like some people from outside of Massachusetts will come up and go and hang out in Salem because of Halloween, and they want to see, they do the big day. So if you're a comic fan, go to Harrison's and check it out. And, there's a lot going on there, and, you can find some really good books. I would say they had, and somebody bought all these, but they had a bunch of the Dragon, was it not Dragon? Dragon's Lair books, the old video game, and some of those are a little bit tough to find. And they had a bunch of them. I just couldn't afford them at the time because it was just just what I had in my hand plus that was going to be too much. And I was hoping to go back and find those, and somebody bought them. I was like, God damn! But they have a lot of good stuff there. And then trying to think of what other shops are good. There's another shop that I go to from time to time. And it's called Kamikaze. It's in Davis Square in Somerville. It's a good shop. It again can be a little pricey here and there, but they have a decent amount of stuff in their bins, and then also they have these glass cases that have a lot of really nice books in there too. So that's another shop that you could check out. A lot of action figures and stuff there too. So the book I got, so it's a Futurama. I think it's, I forget what number it is. I think it's like number 9 or whatever like that. But it's basically a giant size X-Men homage, and it's like the cover of it makes it look like it's a graded book. And so it's one of the more pricey books in there. And I got that from like I think I got it for like $20 or something like that. And then I got a Tomb Raider book, Tomb Raider Adam Hughes cover. That like they had mocked, I think, for like $20. It's like a $45 book. So I love to do that. I like to go in there and check that out. Yeah, they're closed. They are closed on Sundays. But you know, you can get a lot of. I mean, they have a lot of good deals and stuff in there, and you can find a lot of stuff in Kamikaze. It's a good place to check. I would say there used to be a few more shops that were in that area that are gone now. Like there's if you go to Harvard Square, there used to be a New England Comics there, but that one closed. And then there's also Million Year Picnic, which Million Year Picnic is kind of it's a tough one just because that's another guy who's had that shop forever, and he's got tons and tons and tons of stuff. I guess he's got a big storage unit with like even more stuff that he just brings stuff in with. But they unfortunately have been people have seen it, people have gone, and so they've gone ahead and picked through, and so there's a lot of stuff that they've that yours truly and others have pulled out of there. But they have some pretty decent wall books, tons and tons of graphic novels and stuff. And then there's still stuff that's scattered within like, all the bins. It's just a really small store. It's really tiny, but it's not a bad one. So it's always a good one to go check out. But I'm always looking for different places that I've never been within Massachusetts, like to see all the different comic shops and see which ones are worth checking out, which ones ain't. So, actually another place that, if you like, again, I never want to be. I've never been to Million Year Picnic. It's right in Harvard Square. Like it's funny. It's a little hole in the wall, so you can easily walk by it and not know that you're walking by it. You actually have to look because it's basically it's right across the street from the Harvard University Credit Union. If you go across the street, it's a little like brick building, and then you have to go down the stairs, and then that's the shop there. But it's been there forever. It's really crazy. I was gonna say another shop that's really good. It's a little bit out there, but it's called Outer Limits in Waltham. That's another good shop. Lots and lots of books there. And then you have Comically Speaking in Reading. They have a decent amount of books, but they're a little bit on the expensive side. Like, the best time to go there is when they're having the half off sale. But the thing is that like it's like a mob scene, and everybody's trying to get books, and because they're a little bit higher. Sometimes you end up paying a little more, but there's other books that they're not looking like everything on the wall. On the half off sale, you're probably paying what you should on the half off sale. So if it says it's $100 and you get it for 50, that's usually what it should be. They just kind of mock up a little bit, but inside of the bins, though, the stuff that they have, you can find some books that are priced, that you end up getting for like a couple bucks because of the fact that they don't have them priced as high. So I was able to pick up a bunch of low print run Spawn books there for really good price. Like nothing super crazy, but like for a really good price. But again, it's a big shop. It's got a lot going on, so it's just kind of a again a little bit overwhelming. And then they have a whole toy room downstairs. So if you're into action figures and toys, you can go downstairs and just check. They have so much stuff down there. It's ridiculous. But I will say I do want to get out to some other shops like that I've never been to. I always look for like if I go on vacation places, I always look to see if there's any shops nearby where I'm at, so I can go ahead and check them out. Just because I do know when it comes to like the Midwest, like Michigan and stuff, I've heard there's some really good shops out there. Or there were at one point some really cool shops. So I would love to like kind of like Beulah. But not exactly. But if I had the money and time and everything else, I would love to go like road tripping around to different shops, different states, and then just check out and see kind of do like a 1-man comic crawl, all these different shops and see what I can get. Just because I feel like there's deals out there and there's tons of books that I don't see all the time just because I'm people have them shops in their area, but like it's like I would love to go there and do that. Like actually, one of my goals is to go to a show up in Canada. Don't know which one, don't really care, but I want to go and see, convention in Canada and see, what I can pick up there, just because I feel like, there's got to be a bunch of Canadian price variants that they're just Canadian books up there. They're not Canadian price variants. So it's just like, can I find some cool Canadian price variant comics up in Canada that, I can't find here, or if I do find here, they're going to charge me extra money for, but up there, it's just like, hey, like, it's just a $10 book. Like, perfect. I want to do that. So I want to go up to Canada and have just go to some shops, go to a con, and just see what I come back with. So you're looking for Spawn newsstands. So yeah, like I have the Spawn 1 newsstand. But there's a bunch of other newsstands that are out there too. Like and then when it comes to Spawn, I have a couple more Spawn books that I want to get that I'm like really like, all right, I want to get one of these. So I'm trying to get a couple of the foreign versions of number 1. Like I do have one that's really cool. I want to get the Japanese one, and I think the Italian one and the Spanish one. Those all look really cool. So I want to try to get those, just because Spawn 1's a fun book, and I have the newsstand of it. I have the regular number 1. You know what I mean? I have, the Battle Axe Press, which is a South African one, which is really, really hard to find. But I think I would. That's one book that I wouldn't mind getting as many of the foreign versions as I could. Just be like, yeah, I have like Spawn 1 in every different version you could have it. I'm not worried about like director's cuts and all that. Like that's fine, but like the actual like first Spawns that came out, for each country, that would be kind of cool. I think that would be kind of a fun thing to do. And then one day when I, either sell my collection off or whatever happens, and then someone's like, oh, wow, like why do you have so much Spawn? Like, I don't know. I just wanted to collect all these foreign versions of it because I thought it was fun. And so I'm like, I have 18 versions of Spawn here. Like, and hopefully they know what it is too, because like that's I would have to say the one thing that if I was to sell my collection, the one thing I wouldn't want that I would feel a little bit insulted with would be if people are flipping through and I know that they're seeing good books and they're just like, and they don't know what they are. I'm like, do you not know what this is? I feel like I can't sell this to you if you're not getting excited seeing this, that, and like you don't know what this is. No, I've never heard of it. Get out, leave. Can't believe you would insult me and try to buy my collection without knowing what this is. Don't you understand? Like, I think that's kind of a fun thing. I think it's like, all right, but who knows? Because I really don't really ever want to sell my collection, but I do think that, that unfortunately is the end game for all of us, is that like we all buy these things, collect them to have and everything like that. But it's because they're worth something, and, at some point you're going to cash out. So it's just like, all right, well, here's everything, and maybe, that person would want to sell. Like, I don't know if I would sell it out to one person or if I'd sell it out in pieces, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, I'm in the collecting phase, and so I want to get as much cool stuff as I can. So, and I have some pretty cool stuff, but there's a few things that have eluded me. Like, definitely. I didn't do it this year, and so I think if I'm ever going to get a Silver Surfer 4, it has to be next year, unfortunately, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Although the Fantastic Four movie did come out, it did have Silver Surfer, but it was Shalabal instead of Norrin Rad, so I think I still have a little bit of time to get it. So, because if Norrin Rad comes out, if it's actually Norrin Rad, I think that'll put that Silver Surfer 4 out of reach. That and the number 1. If I can get the number 4 and the number 1, then the rest will be fine. I already have a bunch of that run, but I really would like to get all of Silver Surfer Volume 1 through 18. That'd be cool. But I'm putting it together. Like, I had the Mephisto, so that counts for something. I have myself a 3, a really nice 3. Don't have a 2, but I have a bunch of the other run. I just need a few more, and I can say I finished that. And unfortunately, I've also gone down the Conan the Barbarian rabbit hole. So now I'm saying like I need a Conan 1 because I don't have a Conan 1. I have this, I have that, and I have this, but I don't have Conan 1. So eventually I'm gonna have to start looking for a Conan number 1. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. So it's all in due time. I gotta pace myself. Like, all right, getting this book, getting that book, getting this book. So, but yeah, I did it. I went down that path. So I'll say this much. I'm doing good, sort of not going down the Turtles path, but I'm starting to. I can see it. I know it. I started to pick up some books here and there, and I'm like, I was like, I wonder what it would take and how I would have to go about it, but I wouldn't mind getting the Turtles number 1 at some point, and then just keep going out. And then, of course, another book I really, really want, I know I can't afford, I would have to hit the lottery probably, to be able to comfortably afford that and still be a responsible adult is albedo number 2. I really want that first Usagi Yojimbo, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. Like now. If it came down to that, if it was a choice between Turtles 1 and the first Usagi Yojimbo, I would have a real hard decision to make. Because I think I would go Usagi. As much as I love the Turtles, I think I would go Usagi. I just love that cover. I like everything that has to do with Usagi. So that would be fun to get though. So one day. But all right. So I think I've given BLC enough time to try to come back. I hope that he does come back so you guys can continue on with the show. But I am going to have to get going because I got to go eat and such. But, oh, God. Yeah. Albedo number 2 is just, I mean, I've seen, I think, a couple of like you said, like 8.0s and 7.0s. They're over $10,000. It's like, dude, that's crazy. I don't have it. I just don't. And if I did, I think I'd be kind of reluctant to pull the trigger on a book that expensive because it's like, dude, I just don't. Like, what do you do? Knowing that you have, I have this and it's $10,000 right here, and it's like, I have, oh, like this bill needs to get paid. Well, I guess I'm selling this then and paying the bill. So it's just like, it's one of those crazy things where it's just like, I can wish for it from afar, but that's all right. But yeah, I'm gonna take off. So hopefully BLC comes back soon. If not, hopefully Who Dat holds on the fort until BLC comes back. But I'm gonna get going. So I will talk to everyone later. Hopefully everyone has a great night. And I will be around at some point. I'll be on Comic Book Church tomorrow. Oh, he's on his phone. Okay, so BLC will be back momentarily because he's on his phone. He's getting the internet back up, I guess, or trying to. So, but I'm going to take off, man. So, when you get your chance to come back in, you can take back over hosting. I'll be on Comic Book Church tomorrow on Bleecker Street Comics channel. So come check us out there. I'm going to get something to eat. So everybody have a good night. See you later.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I don't know if everybody's still here. It took me that long to restart the computer. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's the second time I got bumped off. I got on my phone. I had to restart the whole computer to get back on. I know Boston Chris had to leave. He was holding it down. Who that disappeared? I don't know where he's at. So before I get cut off, and I gotta get ready. Like I said, I gotta get ready for Rhode Island. Won't be home for over a week. I'm leaving tomorrow to go to work, and then after work all these days, and now straight from there to Rhode Island. So I will not be back until Sunday night. I'll probably be tired. So you probably see me Monday. What's going on, Theory? Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. The weather over here has been crazy lately. With the massive rainstorm we had that came through here, and then the wind was insane. Like I said, it knocked down a lot of trees all over the roads over here. Because most of the trees here, the head was dead. That's it. I thank everybody for coming on. I thank you that if you ever come back. Thank you for coming on. Boston Chris for swinging by. Everybody in the chat, Theory and all that stuff. Everybody. I'm Three Lions and all that stuff. GT Comics and everybody. Strange Dog, You'll see what's getting a haircut. Yeah. I do my own hair, Theory. I've been doing my own hair for years just to cut back on because no money. Trust me, it doesn't look that good. I can cut it short, but my fade is really bad. But so it's not that bad. Ain't that great. But if I really need a real haircut, I just let my hair grow. Then go to a barber and he'll just fix it all up. At least my hair's still growing at this age. I still got a book to read, but I have to pack 2 bags. One bag is for it looks like 2 bags scrolling around again. I see it popping on and out on my end. And that's it, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Live life, do what you can. Hit the like button, please. If you guys can sub up Spotty Pot Tumblr, not sub those from, please. Trying to get them to 550. And show's over.